that the Cats are in this game today. Things in sports rarely live up to the hype. This team did, matching massive preseason expectations and becoming the only team in college football to finish with an undefeated record. Meanwhile, every piece that needed to fall into place did. Everything fell perfectly for Cincinnati. The teams the Bearcats needed to fall by the wayside did exactly that. And the result has been a team that hasn't so much crashed the college football playoff party, but one that is clearly deserving of its invitation with a 13-0 record. To get a 14th win, Cincinnati is going to have to topple a modern college football dynasty. Alabama is the defending national champion. The Crimson Tide have won 6 titles since 2009. They were the champion of the SEC this season. Their quarterback is the 2021 Heisman Trophy winner, and they're led by a man considered by many to be the greatest college football coach ever. The voice of the Bearcats, Dan Hoard, in the broadcast booth with me alongside Jim Kelly. You guys are going to dive into the nuts and bolts of this game, and I know you're going to talk about how much confidence the Bearcats players and coaches have coming into this afternoon. But first, how about this scene today, and how about these last few days in Dallas?
It's been phenomenal, Mo, and that was a great lead-in. Thank you very much. I think there are more Cincinnati fans here at AT&T Stadium than there are Alabama fans. Probably because this is old hat for Alabama. Let's face it, the college football playoff has existed for 8 years. This is the 7th time that Alabama has qualified, which is extraordinary. Kudos to Nick Saban and everybody who has a hand in building this powerhouse Alabama program. Jim, for Cincinnati, obviously, this is foreign territory.
Yeah.
They've never played in a game of this magnitude, but being around the players and coaches leading up to this game, I don't get the sense at all that the stage is too big.
No, I agree with you, Dan. I think there's been a series of different things that have led to the point where this is not intimidating to them at all. First of all, they played in the Peach Bowl last year, big bowl game, albeit with less fans than would be normally there for COVID reasons. But at the same time, they played at Notre Dame this year. They had an opportunity to come out here this past Sunday night and watch the Dallas Cowboys play the Washington football team. So they were in the stadium. And honestly, is the way that they played against Georgia last year in the Peach Bowl allowed them to say, hey, you know what? We can compete in the SEC. And quite honestly, with the bulk of the SEC, they would have run their way through that just like they did the AAC. Now, Alabama's a different story. They're going to have to play their best game, but at the same time, they're not intimidated at all by this venue and this game and big stage that they're on today.
Alabama's offensive coordinator these days is Bill O'Brien, the former Houston Texans coach, and before that, the Penn State head coach. He said this week about UC, quote, UC would fit right in the SEC. That's how good this Bearcat team is. Let's get to Kelly's keys to the game. They are delivered by your hometown Domino's. Now hiring. Order now online at Domino's.com or use your Domino's app.
Well, as gracious as Bill O'Brien was about that, he forgot to mention how good Alabama is. So, but that being said, it's nice to have that respect. And from the key standpoint, Alabama on offense is a juggernaut. And, they average 42 points a game, 348 yards through the air, 147 on the ground. So not a great running football team, but they don't have to when they can throw for that. Mo mentioned it at the outset. Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winner, throws for 332 yards a game. 43 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. It's absolutely amazing. And then he also mentioned Jamison Williams, 68 catches, averages 111 yards. So those are the 2 big weapons that the Bearcats have to slow down. That being said, John Mechie, who was their leading receiver in reference to number of catches, tore his knee up in the SEC championship game, will not be here. It's a little bit of I won't say controversy, but we're really not sure who we're going to see in that spot and how many different people. So how do you slow this offense down after all those huge numbers? Well, you saw it throughout the year as Auburn got to Bryce Young 7 times and sacked him. They put pressure on him at other times and made him throw the ball away. I'm going to say only on this, he only averages 67%. Now that's really, really good, but so does Desmond Ritter's over that. We saw guys in the American Conference down the stretch, Clayton Tune, guys like that. These guys were at 69, 70%. So the fact of the matter is Alabama throws the ball a lot. The good part on that is that matches up well with the Cincinnati defense. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Bearcats match up against these receivers. I really do believe they're going to be able to handle them, but it's going to take the middle of the field as well, which is Brian Cook and Javon Hicks at safety, to slow this offense down. How do the Bearcats score, and how do they keep up with Alabama if Alabama does score? They're only giving up 83 yards on the ground. The Cincinnati running game's been pretty good this year. They're going to have to do better than that, and they are going to have to run the football. Alabama only gives up 225 through the air. Cincinnati averages a lot more than that. So I think those stats are really staggering for Alabama, but at the same time, I don't think they've seen a whole lot of offenses like Cincinnati. The key to the whole thing is run block, and secondly, protect Desmond Ridder. So who are the key players in this game? You name it, right across the offensive line. That is the key today. So, and I think lastly, Desmond Ridder needs to get all of his receivers involved. The wideouts, the tight ends, the running backs, spread it out. Keep them guessing, and I really think that they're going to be able to do that. Stay ahead of the chains. Don't put yourself in third and long situations, and avoid penalties. If you get a turnover or two along the way, that would be great too on the defensive side. And last but not least, special teams. I went to a function yesterday where Coach Sable appeared live via Zoom, and he's got a problem with Cincinnati and their ability to block kicks. So they're cognizant of that, and he's going to make sure that they do special protection. However, if Cincinnati can block a kick, I think that's a huge, that's a momentum changer. Secondly, stretch the returns, whether it's a kickoff return or a punt return. Don't have to run them back for touchdowns. These guys got a lot of speed and a lot of athletes. But, if Ryan Montgomery can run a punt back for 12, 15 yards and better the field position, then great. Same with Trey Tucker on the kickoff returns. And last but not least, if you get an opportunity to make a field goal, make that. As we understand it, there was a change in kicker again. And I'll let you go into that. I believe that's accurate, but it's been a nightmare for the Bearcats. That's the only way to say it this year. And they're still kind of searching. We know what they can do next year. They've gone out and they've think they have somebody. And hard to say. Next year's next year. Not going to worry about that right now. Make a field goal today if you need to.
Cincinnati as a team, 7 for 17 on field goal attempts this year. That is 41%, but they expect to have Cole Smith back today. He has not attempted a kick since mid-October due to a groin injury, but he is healed. He has been kicking and kicking well in the practices leading up to the Cotton Bowl, so Cole Smith will be handling field goals and PATs this afternoon. We are at AT&T Stadium, this opulent palace, also known as Jerry World. It cost $1.3 billion to build. It seats about 80,000, although it can be expanded for Super Bowls and the like up to 100,000, and it is going to be jam-packed with Cincinnati and Alabama fans today. Mo, back to you.
All right, Dan, thanks so much. The University of Cincinnati Marching Band on the field. We are 24 minutes away from kickoff. It's Cincinnati taking on Alabama in the Cotton Bowl for the right to play for a national championship against either Michigan or Georgia. Those two teams will play tonight. When we return, I'll chat with the two-time Offensive Player of the Year in the American Athletic Conference, Cincinnati quarterback Desmond Ridder. You are listening to the CBTS pregame show from Arlington, Texas on 700 WLW.
Has it been a while since you evaluated your printer fleet for security and compliance? It's not too late. Modern Office Methods, an authorized Recode dealer, can help protect your organization from malicious malware attempts by securing your printers today. As you safeguard your printer output, you can effectively reduce your risk of document and data loss, lower print cost, scan workflows, and keep confidential information protected and accessible. Take action now. Learn more at momnet.com today.
Interest rates are forecast to go up next year. Hi, I'm Gary Kester, CEO of Eagle.bank. Eagle has mortgage rates as low as 2.61% APR for qualified borrowers. Visit us at Eagle.bank.
Eagle.bank, equal housing lender.
It's time for your breakthrough. Join the Glenny Glass team today. Glenny Glass in Milford is hiring production positions for first and second shifts. $16 to $17 per hour to start. Great benefits and job security. Go to GlennyGlass.com and apply now. GlennyGlass.com.
Every successful coach recognizes how critical a good game plan is in order to win. Let my friends at RJL Insurance Group put together an insurance game plan for you and your business. Call Rob Ludwig or Christy Brown today at 513-322-5637 or go to RJLIG.com.
Do you need help installing electric for your pool, car chargers, ceiling fans, or lighting? We have been doing it since 1999. Please call Cullen Electric, A+ rated with the BBB, and we offer an industry-leading 10-year wiring warranty.
It's electric.
Cullen Electric, Cincinnati.com.
Are you suffering from chronic joint pain like Heather?
I have terrible arthritis and have had it for quite a while, and I've gone to all kinds of doctors trying to figure out what to do, and everybody just said surgery, and surgery was months of rehab, and I didn't want to do that.
But then Heather discovered QC Kinetics, local medical professionals who specialize in natural biologic treatments, non-invasive solutions designed to repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. And she absolutely loves the results.
I like to tell anybody who's suffering that there are options that are not steroids, that are not surgery. You owe it to yourself to find out about QC Kinetics and find out what they can do for you.
No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Discover QC Kinetics and learn more about natural biologic treatments with lasting results.
Call QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019. That's 513-847-0019. Don't wait. Call today. QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019.
News Radio 700, WLW.
You know, I've always had a lot of respect and admiration for, Luke when he was a defensive coordinator. I think he's done a fantastic job of building a program. And I think, the indication of that, not knowing, sort of the internal parts of it is, when you look at what's happening on the field, the way the players play, the way they compete, the discipline that they have, it's a very structured organization that's creating a lot of value and teaching a lot of people what they need to do to be successful. And, that's something that we always have a tremendous amount of respect and admiration for. They obviously have a lot of really good players, so they've done a good job of, attracting, good talent, which is, always an important part of having a good team. But those good players are also being developed in a very positive way to help them be successful.
That's a man who has coached his teams to 7 national championships, 6 of them at Alabama. Crimson Tide head coach Nick Saban. Welcome back to the CBTS pregame show from Arlington, Texas. I'm Mo Egger. We are just about 20 minutes away from kickoff at Cincinnati taking on Alabama. One of 2 college football playoff semifinals. Saban's quarterback this season was the 2021 Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young, who had a remarkable season with 43 touchdown passes against just 4 interceptions. And he likely clinched the Heisman by engineering a 97-yard touchdown drive in the game's final minutes of a crucial end-of-regular-season win in the Iron Bowl against Auburn. Cincinnati quarterback Desmond Ridder might not have put up Bryce Young's numbers, but he did have an excellent senior season. For the second consecutive year, he was the American Athletic Conference Player of the Year, and for what it's worth, he finished 8th in this year's Heisman Trophy voting. And he did it all while being the center of attention, the kind of attention that comes with being the quarterback of a national title contender, and I thought he handled it very, very well this season. Luke Fickell talked about that often. I talked about that subject with Desmond Ridder last week.
It's just been a blessing and an honor to get to the point where, we have it. It's been a lot of hard work from not only this team and this year, but the teams in previous years to get us to the point where we're at now. It's kind of fun, walking around campus and walking around, the community. And, obviously I get recognized and some of the other big players get recognized, but it's cool to see some of the younger guys and all the other players on the team get recognized too.
In the middle of the season, you guys had some games that were, frankly, closer than I think a lot of people expected them to be. Did you guys ever feel the weight of perhaps having to be a little bit too perfect?
No, we never had worried about that. We knew our ultimate goal was obviously to win every game and then go win the conference championship. So, when they started the playoff selection show throughout the middle of the season, we weren't really watching that or really worried about it at all. We were just going out and playing our game. But there was just a whole bunch of outside noise of, these guys aren't putting up style points or aren't putting up enough points. And none of that really got to us. Teams came up and played their grade against us, and we obviously didn't play, our best games those games. So it was really more so of just, going out and playing our game every single week and not worrying what anyone else has to think.
You might not have been watching the college football playoff selection show during the season, but clearly you were watching on that final Sunday with you and your senior teammates. What was that moment like when Cincinnati popped up on the screen?
So I was actually getting a waffle during that time, but it was definitely cool to hear everyone cheer and scream for it. I'd definitely say the parents were more, excited and thrilled more than, some of our players or our seniors. Because, we had done everything that we needed to do, and obviously, we haven't been, rooting for that our entire season. We've just been playing our game, like we said, and, letting the committee, choose us whether they want us in or whether they want us out. So at the end of the day, if they put us in, we're going to go in there and play and go for win a national championship, and they put us out, we were going to go play in a New Year's Six Bowl. So regardless, we were just excited that we get to play another game of football.
So let me get this straight. Here's this moment that longtime Bearcat fans have been waiting their entire lives for. Cincinnati to show up in a matchup against Alabama, and the quarterback of the team is getting a waffle.
Yeah. It was a senior banquet. We were hungry, and my name was called to go get food. So, during that time, it just so happened to be when they were making the announcement. But, yeah, it was definitely a cool experience, I guess.
You've obviously enjoyed a great season throwing the football, and what's been fun to watch over the last couple of years has been the evolution of the group of wide receivers. I want to talk about Alec Pierce specifically. What has it been like watching him go from a guy that would occasionally catch a pass downfield to a guy who, like yourself, is being mentioned as a guy who's going to make a living in the NFL?
Yeah, he's grown a lot tremendously, both on and off the field. He's switched positions for us. Early on he worked into the field, and now he's into the boundary, and in between that he was on defense. So he's played a major role in our team as not only a player on offense, but part-time right there on defense as well. But he's just grown so much, and I feel like we've just grown together. Our connection has obviously just been unbeatable over the past year, and I'm just blessed to have him on my team.
Obviously, there's a lot of folks who are going to say Cincinnati beating Alabama would mark a monumental upset. I know you and your teammates believe you're going to win this football game. When somebody says, okay, explain why you're going to stand toe-to-toe against a modern college football dynasty, what do you say?
I would say, they've just never seen a team with as much grit and as much heart and power that we have. We're going into the game knowing that we're an underdog and knowing that, we have nothing to lose. So we're just going to go out and play our game. Like we do every single week of the season. And, we're just going to go out and play like we do every week.
One of the winningest quarterbacks in college football history, and a player obviously in the conversation as the best quarterback in the history of the University of Cincinnati football program, senior QB Desmond Ridder. When we come back, Dan will chat with UC head coach Luke Fickell. You are listening to the CBTS pregame show on 700 WLW.
Airport Paint and Body has been serving the tri-state area for 15 years with 3 generations of experience and ICAR certified technicians. We offer the finest insurance-based collision and auto body repair in the area. Go to airportpaintandbody.com to schedule your estimate today.
During Happy Honda Days, discover the joys of the season with unforgettable trips in an Accord, Pilot, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% APR on the 2021 Honda Accord and 0% APR on the 2022 Pilot or HR-V. Find your perfect Honda this season. Visit your local Honda dealer today or shop online.
It's the Happy Honda Days sales event at your Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda dealers or Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda Dealers.com.
See dealer for financing details.
Congratulations to the Cincinnati Bearcats for an incredible season from your friends at Baxter Tractor, Cincinnati's #1 equipment headquarters. Stop by their showrooms today. Visit online at baxtertractor.com.
There's a reason Honda East is one of the top Honda power equipment dealers in the nation for service. And it all began with... If you had a generator, you would have heard the rest of that story. And if you had a Honda power equipment generator, you wouldn't even have heard it running because they work so silently. Don't stay in the dark any longer. Visit Honda East to shop the best generators and power equipment today. Beachmont at I-275 or HondaEast.powerdealer.honda.com.
Encore Technologies and Norcom have partnered up to design, build, and secure your hybrid workforce with the latest technology solutions. Encore Technologies and Norcom can solve your technology needs. Visit Encore.tech and Norcom.com to find out how we can help.
Tired of your nagging spouse interrupting the play-by-play action of your favorite game? Let Meadows Law Firm get your divorce started so you can enjoy the upcoming bowl season without someone screeching in your ear. Set yourself free by calling 860-5533. Veteran discounts offered.
Lance McAllister here. Did you pay a big repair bill on your existing heating and air system this year? Well, it's buyback days at Erlinghouse Plumbing, Heating, and Air. They'll buy your repair bill back this year up to $1,500 towards the purchase of select Erlinghouse Complete System. Call Erlinghouse 859-727-9000.
Little Miami Brewing Company and their new event center have great views of the Little Miami for game day or any day. Their lunch and dinner menu is amazing, and I love their delicious craft beers. Check out their winter concerts, too. Little Miami Brewing on Old Mill Street in Milford.
It's time for Coach Fickle's pregame comments. Brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Get a quote at geico.com. And by Robert Jones Plumbing, the world's friendliest plumbers. This is UC Football from Learfield on 700 WLW, the home of the Bearcats.
This afternoon, the Bearcats look to advance to the national championship as they take on Alabama in the Cotton Bowl. Coach, you arrived in Dallas 5 days ago. Considering the importance of this game, has this bowl trip been strictly business?
Well, I mean, yes. When we started this, we said this is going to be another business trip. Normally, our business trips are a day when we go on the road. This one's a little bit different because it's 5 days, but it's the same kind of thing that we have back here. Our guys have done a great job at locking in and focusing when it's time to do business, and then the ability to get away and be able to relax a little bit. Even when we're at home, I think we want to treat it the same way. So down here, we've been able to really lock in, focus, do what we need to do, in all the preparation stuff, and then try to give them some time to relax and to spend some time with their teammates and maybe if their families and things are here. But they know ultimately what this is really all about.
This is the 8th year of the 14 college football playoff. Alabama's qualified 7 times. It's uncharted territory for UC. Is that a disadvantage? And how have you approached it with your team?
Well, you can look at it either way, and you could say, well, it's a disadvantage that they've been in it 7 times, and maybe it's old hat to them, and then it's something really new to us, so maybe we'd be more excited about it. But the reality is, it's all about how you handle each and every one, and I do worry about that. It's something new. That's why we tried not to over prepare. We practiced and we did a lot of things back in Cincinnati, but the reality was we weren't over preparing for what we were going to face in the game, as opposed to slowly preparing, still doing the things that we've done, developing a lot of the younger guys and even our older guys, so that we were really fresh and understand that this last week or so that we had to prepare for them was the most important time. So between that and trying to rely upon your older guys that understand where we've been and what this is, I think we found a good balance to being a real business trip, understanding the magnitude of it, but also being able to relax and enjoy it as well.
Alabama sophomore quarterback Bryce Young won the Heisman, but you have 2 All-American cornerbacks in Gardner and Bryant, plus All-League safety Brian Cook. Is your secondary uniquely capable of competing with Alabama's passing attack?
I think it gives us, obviously some variety of what it is that we can do, because, we can still, in a lot of ways, hopefully get on them and play some man like we like to do. But, we've also got to be smart. Those guys we've really good football players, and Ahmad and Kobe and Brian Cook and, Arquan Bush and Javon Hicks, that all kind of round out that whole back end. But even though we've got some really high-end guys, I still think it's critical that, we be able to mix things up and not just put those guys in one-on-one situations all the time, because obviously they're playing against great players, and the quarterback has a lot to do with that. So I think we've got a really good matchup, but I think also defensively we got to be smart in giving our guys some change-ups as well.
Alabama's offensive line is massive, led by left tackle Evan Neal. He's 6'7", 350. On the defensive line, they feature edge rusher Will Anderson. He led the nation with 15.5 sacks. Is your ability to compete up front the biggest challenge today?
I think it will be where the game is won. And, not that be cliche that I always say that it's won up front, but I think in particular our ability to, I'm not saying you got to stone them and dominate the line of scrimmage in both categories, but I think we've got to find a way to create things up front defensively, put pressure on the quarterback and not always have to be blitzing. So we've got to be smart there. And then offensively, we've got to find a way to neutralize those guys. And, sometimes that's more than anything. It's being able to mix it up and not be as predictable, because obviously they've got great players. They've got NFL guys up front on their defense, and if it becomes predictable and they know what they're attacking, then it's going to put us at a disadvantage. So I think always the lines are critical. I think in this one it's even more critical to make sure that we can neutralize and really win the attacks up there and over the long haul. Be able to make a difference.
You've competed against Nick Saban in the college football playoff before. You have studied his defenses for years. You have called him probably the greatest coach in college football history. What do you respect most about what he's done over the years?
Anybody that can continue to do it over a period of time while things have changed. And everybody says, football's changed. No, it hasn't. It's evolved. Everything evolves. And I think more than anything, if we don't evolve with it as a coach, as anything, then, that's when things happen. That's when problems happen. And to me, what he has done over the last, 12, 15 years, in the evolution of how, not saying he's changed, but he's adapted to, how the game has changed, whether it's, portal, NILs, all the different things in recruiting, and to still be where they are, play at such a high level and do it in all three phases of the game. I've never seen anybody do it that way.
Coach, best of luck today. It's Cincinnati versus Alabama in the Cotton Bowl, and our pregame coverage will continue in just a moment on News Radio 700 WLW.
The holiday season. A time to be together, a time to share memories, a time to celebrate the lives and stories of loved ones, a time to come home. This year, take time to make some memories. Happy holidays from Hospice of Southwest Ohio, your hometown hospice provider. Learn more at hswo.org. That's hswo.org.
You can't control the weather, but you can control the comfort of your home with Corcoran & Harness Heating and Air Conditioning, serving Cincinnati for over 40 years. Corcoran & Harness, the name to trust for all your heating, cooling, and indoor air quality needs. Call them today, 513-921-2227.
Evolving education for a changing world. Earn an MBA with University of Cincinnati Online and graduate in 1 year with one of the most affordable tuition rates in the country, 6 convenient start dates, and a faculty who provide personalized attention to each and every student. Get the world-class, life-changing, career-transforming degree you deserve without sacrificing work and family commitments. Apply now at online.uc.edu/MBA.
Hi, I'm Bill Weber.
And I'm Adam Weber of AE Door & Window.
Don't get left out in the cold.
And don't let your deliveries get left out in the cold. AE Door & Window can install a LiftMaster Wi-Fi-enabled garage door opener equipped with Amazon Key, a safe and secure way to receive packages when you're not at home. All LiftMaster products are proven to withstand even the harshest of elements and years of constant use. Check them out at one of our 3 locations.
Learn more at aedoorsales.com.
We sell the best and service the rest. AE
700 WLW.
We are going to have an absolutely electric atmosphere this afternoon in Texas. Less than 15 minutes away from kickoff of the Cotton Bowl. 15 minutes till kick. Presented by Geico. Do you own or rent your home? Of course you do. Fortunately, Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance, and it's a good thing, too, because having a home is hard work. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. Geico.com, easy. When we come back, Dan Hoard and Jim Kelly have the Cotton Bowl. You have been listening to the CBTS pregame show on 700 WLW.
EverDry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair has been repairing homes in the tri-state for 36 years under the same name and ownership. Hey, Gary Sullivan here. EverDry is the hometown company I've been recommending for over 30 years. Call EverDry Waterproofing today.
700 WLW Cincinnati.
Touchdown! Bearcats!
This This is UC Bearcat Football, presented by Arendelle Global Logistics. University of Cincinnati Bearcat Football is brought to you by the original Montgomery Inn and the Montgomery Inn at the Boathouse, home of the world's greatest ribs. Your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com for all Toyota offers. Toyota, let's go places. Skyline Chili, feeling good? It's Skyline time. And by R&L Global Logistics, delivering domestic and international transportation services. Visit rlglobal.com. This is UC Football from Learfield on 700 WLW, the home of the Bearcats.
Hey, Dave, let's go to work.
For many college football fans, today's game between Cincinnati and Alabama is David versus Goliath. But Bearcat fans know better. This Cincinnati team is loaded with NFL prospects, including a quarterback who has led UC to 44 wins over the last 4 years. So Cincinnati might be a Cinderella story, but this is not a Cinderella team. And today, the Bearcats look to advance to the national championship as they face top-ranked Alabama. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Dan Hoard alongside former Bearcat Jim Kelly Jr. and Mo Egger. It is great to have you with us for our coverage of Bearcats football. Cincinnati, the only undefeated team left in major college football this year. The Bearcats 13-0, the number 4 seed in the college football playoff. Alabama 12-1. The Crimson Tide lost early this year at Texas A&M by 3, but looked dominant in their most recent game, an SEC championship game victory over previously undefeated Georgia.
Yeah, Cincinnati won the toss. They deferred, and Alabama will receive. So Cincinnati will get the ball at the beginning of the second half, and the Bearcats will have their kickoff unit out there. Alabama having their return team out there.
And the returner for Alabama is the great Jameson Williams, the Ohio State transfer who's had a monstrous year for Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide. He has 2 kickoff return touchdowns. They were both in the same game against Southern Miss, and he is averaging more than 21 yards a catch this year. He might be the fastest player in college football.
Yeah, 111 yards a game through receiving. That's incredible. And one of the 3 finalists in the Biletnikoff Award, which is the best college receiver, and he did not win that award, but came very, very close.
Alex Bales puts the ball on the tee at the 35 and paces back and forth about 9 yards away. He's given the signal that he can go ahead and kick, and the opening kick is brought to you by AE Door and Window Company, where they sell the best and service the rest. Williams standing at the 1 yard line, hoping to return for Alabama. Alex Bales approaches the ball, the swing of the leg, and thwack, the Cotton Bowl is underway. This kickoff lands 7 yards deep in the end zone. It will not be returned by Jameson Williams, and the Crimson Tide will begin from the 25-yard line with sophomore quarterback Bryce Young in charge, the Heisman Trophy winner in his first year as a starter at Alabama. He backed up Mac Jones a year ago. This young man was bred to be a college and perhaps eventually NFL quarterback. His family signed him up for private quarterback lessons when he was 5 years old. This year, Bryce Young, 43 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions. He'll start in the shotgun with running back Brian Robinson off his left hip. A tight end, Latu, goes in motion from right to left. Young with a zone read handoff. Robinson running up the gut, and he'll pick up 5 yards as he runs to the 30 and gets taken down after the 5-yard gain by defensive lineman Curtis Brooks.
Yeah, nice job that time by Brooks, but a nice little gap up front for Alabama to pick up 6 yards.
And Alabama goes hurry up. They hand it off to Robinson again, and he does not get the first down. He's tackled after a 4-yard gain.
At Alabama, you mentioned the tempo, Dan. They're not moving their guys around where they are now. They had kept everybody on the same side of the field so they could snap it quickly.
3rd down and 1 after back-to-back runs by senior Brian Robinson. Alabama lines up in a pistol formation on 3rd down and 1 from the 34. They give it to Robinson, running left. He has the first down and gets tackled by Kobe Bryant, wearing the number 8 for the first time in his college football career. A 5-yard run for Robinson as the tackle is made at the 39.
Yep, that tribute there, changing from number 7 to number 8 for Kobe Bryant, the basketball star, of course.
And again, it's a hurry-up tempo for Alabama. Young ready for a shotgun snap. Almost got Myjai Sanders to jump offside, but the ball wasn't snapped, and Myjai got back. Now the running back Robinson moves from the quarterback's left to his right. Jamison Williams goes in motion. He's in the backfield. It's a handoff to Robinson, runs to the left, and the Bearcats are able to wrestle him to the ground at the 46. A 7-yard run for Brian Robinson, as Alabama has fed him on every play so far.
Yeah, no question. Alabama trying to establish the run, which is going to set up the play action, and guarantee you they're looking for a big hit down the field with Williams from the play action down the road. Right now they're going to probably stick with the run as they're having success and pick up 7 on that yard.
4 carries, 21 yards thus far for Robinson on the first 4 plays for Alabama. Young now will look to throw for the first time. Under pressure, moves to his right, being chased, got away from Joel DeBlanco. Now DeBlanco runs him down and makes the tackle. Young was able to gain a couple of yards. It looks like it's going to be 3rd down and a yard.
Well, what I like about that, Dan, he did pick up a little yardage, but the pressure got to him. There goes Alabama quickly. The pressure did get to him, though.
3rd down and 1. Young under center for the first time. Hands it off on a jet sweep to Williams. Williams running toward the far sideline. Picks up the first down and more as he sprints to the Cincinnati 35-yard line.
Yeah, the tempo right now got Cincinnati back on their heels, and here they go again, Alabama right to the line.
17 yards on that jet sweep to Jamison Williams. Young in the shotgun on 1st and 10 at the Bearcat 35. Hands it off to Robinson. Big hole up the middle. And Robinson is close to another Alabama first down.
Yeah, very close. And this big offensive line right now got Cincinnati going backwards, and see if the Bearcats can, and the tempo is not helping his own. See if the Bearcats can stop him here. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
9 more yards on that run for Brian Robinson, known as B-Rob. Now Young gives it to him again, runs through an arm tackle, and picks up another first down as he makes it to the Cincinnati 19-yard line.
Yeah, in the red zone, and Alabama, pretty good team in the red zone, had a really good year.
7 yards on that run, 37 rushing yards on the opening drive for Robinson. No passing yards yet for Alabama.
Yeah, 43 out of 61 on touchdowns from the red zone. Pretty good, over 80%.
Trey Sanders checks in at running back. And now we have early movement up front. The question is, which side is guilty?
Yeah, there was contact by Cincinnati. I believe it's going to be offsides Bearcats, and that's the thing you can't do against a team like this. You want to get them in 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs. Now you're giving them a 1st and 5. Let's see if I've read that right.
Offside defense making contact. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Alabama's center today is Seth McLaughlin. He's starting his 2nd consecutive game. He's the guy that got knocked over backward before the ball was snapped. Been a backup for most of the year, but he did well in his first ever start last time out against Georgia in the SEC championship.
It's a great offensive line. It really is.
Sanders in the backfield along with a tight end, Jaleel Billingsley. Young was under center. Now he backs up into the gun from the Bearcat 14-yard line on the opening drive of the game. Young catches a shotgun snap, hands it off. Sanders trying to sweep to the right. He gets tackled at the 10. A 4-yard run, but keep in mind it was 1st and 5 after the 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, just about a half-yard shy, but you're right. The penalty gave them a huge advantage there. Picked up 4, but they got to the edge that time. All of their other runs, with the exception of the jet sweep to Jamison Williams, have been on the inside, and this time they got to the edge for the 2nd time. Williams was able to get around the edge for that 17-yard gain.
So it's 2nd down and 1 at the Cincinnati 9-yard line on the opening drive for Alabama. We are scoreless, but the Crimson Tide threatening thanks to the ground game. Williams goes in jet motion. Young hands it off to Sanders, and this time he's hit, but he only needed a yard. He was hit near the line of scrimmage by Brooks, but Sanders moves the pile enough to make it 1st and goal from around the 7-yard line.
That's where the penalty can come in to haunt you. It obviously did in this particular case. great tackle there, and a real nice job of stopping them for a 1-yard gain, but they only needed a half yard and was able to get it. Great tackle, but first down achieved by Alabama at the 8-yard line.
Robinson back into the game at running back. First and goal from the 8. 3 receivers formed in a triangle out to the left. Young waiting for the shotgun snap. He has the ball. He's back to throw. He's looking left. He throws. Caught by a wide open Bolden, and he goes into the end zone. Slade Bolden caught it at the 3. No defender nearby. Turned his shoulders and ran into the end zone. The first time all year an opponent has scored a touchdown on the opening drive against Cincinnati.
Well, and Alabama did it with ease that time via the run mostly, but that pass play kind of loaded over the left side hash, kind of flooded that area with receivers, and that's just turned around and wide open at the 3, as you indicated, Dan, and walked into the end zone.
The only pass thrown on the drive by the Heisman Trophy winner, Bryce Young, an 8-yard touchdown pass to Slade Bolden. The extra point by Will Reichard is good, and the Alabama Crimson Tide has taken an early 7-0 lead. We'll take a timeout, see if the Bearcats can answer on offense. 7-0 Bama in the Cotton Bowl. This is Bearcat Football presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Paul Luck here for McKinley Mortgage. If you want to talk to a person and save money with your mortgage, then call McKinley Mortgage, 791-2700, 791-2700, or apply online at bestlowrates.com.
Do you really want to go through another year with awful joint pain? Eddie here for QC Kinetics non-surgical regenerative treatments for joint pain, lasting results using natural biologics. No surgery, no pain meds or steroids, and no downtime. This is exciting stuff. Body to heal itself using highly concentrated natural biologics. Patients are raving about it for hip, knee, shoulder, and back pain relief. Don't let them keep giving you steroids, and don't let them tell you surgery is your only option. Get a free second opinion now at QC Kinetics and imagine life in the new year without pain. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics now, 513-847-0019, 513-847-0019, QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019.
Metal Supermarkets cuts the hassle out of getting the exact metal you need when you need it. If you need metal, they got it or they can get it. Cut to all shapes and sizes and ready fast. There's no minimum order. Now open Saturdays. Go to Cincinnati North at metalsupermarkets.com.
One of the smartest things you can do for the new year is convert some of your home's equity into cash with a zero-cost cash-out refi from Loan Pronto. Eddie here. They can fast-track your home refi and get you a check for 50, 60, 70 grand or more. If you call now, Loan Pronto can even pay your closing costs. Your home's value is way up. Use it. Get cash out now and pay off all your high-interest credit cards. Consolidate other debt and start that home improvement project. Loan Pronto's refis usually close in just 2 weeks, and that all-digital process is easy. Call Loan Pronto now to put that equity in your home to work towards financial freedom for the new year. Do it now, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. LoanPronto.com, 513-800-1550, 513-800-1550. That's 513-800-1550. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
News Radio 700 WLW.
Alabama 7, Cincinnati nothing, as the Crimson Tide marches 75 yards on 11 plays on its opening drive to score. 9 of the 11 plays were called runs. There was 1 scramble on a would-be pass. Only 1 passing attempt, but Alabama had 10 carries for 62 yards on the drive, and the Crimson Tide scores. Now we'll see if Cincinnati can answer. This kickoff is going to bounce about 4 yards deep in the end zone. Tucker will not bother to run it back. And now Cincinnati will try to answer from the 25-yard line. We have the great stat doctor with us today, Dr. Richard Weiner, and he points out that in nearly half of the Bearcats games this year, the other team scored first 6 times out of 13, and obviously Cincinnati won all 6 of those games.
Yeah, but nobody scored on the first drive. And
a touchdown.
A touchdown rather. Yeah, very clearly Alabama wanted to establish the run there. And they were able to do that. So Cincinnati can adjust. They've got to do something here with the football, though.
Bearcats come out with double tight ends, Wiley and Taylor. Wiley starts in motion, now goes back to the original spot. Desmond Ritter back to throw. His quick pass caught out of the backfield by Ford, and he gets spun out of bounds near the 31, a gain of 6 on the play. He was tackled by Brian Branch as the Bearcats pick up 6 on their first snap of the Cotton Bowl.
Definitely take it, and it's one of the keys, and I mentioned, spread the ball around, get the running backs involved, which they did there, obviously, with Ford, and then tight ends as well. So not obviously including the wideouts as well. So nice pickup on first down.
Ritter in the shotgun, 2nd and 4 Bearcats from their own 31, trailing Alabama 7-0 in the first quarter. Dez, zone read handoff to Ford, runs into a brick wall, but he's strong enough to get close to the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, this is one you got to be tricky on because Alabama is definitely going to be keying on Ford and ready. And it's interesting, the storyline now where Bearcats come to the line quickly. We'll talk about Ford being an Alabama transfer later.
Linebacker Henry To'o made the tackle. Here's a short pass, and the Bearcats will pick up the first down. Desmond Ritter firing toward the left sideline. The catch made by Michael Young, and he runs for 3 yards to move the sticks.
Yeah, my point was I think Alabama was going to key on Ford on that 3rd and 1. I think Cincinnati did the right thing there by throwing a safe pass. And I don't know that the Alabama guys have it in for Ford. Certainly he's a very quiet guy. I think everybody likes him. But the fact that he did transfer, they're going to certainly try to show who's the better team today and punish him when they can in a legal way.
1st and 10 Cincinnati from the 38. Ritter waits for a shotgun snap with Ford lined up to his right. Double tight ends in for Cincinnati. They're both lined up in wing positions. Ritter hands it off to Ford, running right up the middle. A nice hole for Cincinnati as Jerome Ford is close to the first down. Looks like he runs for 9. And listen to the ear-splitting applause from the Bearcat fans.
Yeah, he got a little bit more yardage as he was continuing being pushed from behind, but the whistle obviously in forward progress, the whistle blows it dead, leaves him about a yard shy. He actually had picked up the first down, but they had whistled him down in forward progress being stopped, so 2nd and 1.
Ryan Montgomery checks in at running back. Cincinnati approaching midfield on the Bearcats' opening drive. They trail 7-0. 7:40 left in the first quarter here in Dallas. Ritter claps his hands, catches a shoulder-high snap, fires a pass. Might have been tipped near the line. It's incomplete. Intended for Jaden Thompson. Now the Bearcats are looking at 3rd down and 1.
Well, nice read that time by Ritter. He knew he had man. Saw the blitz coming up the middle. Just if it was touched, I'm not sure, Dan. It might have been tipped. You're absolutely right. A wobbly pass and certainly off target.
So the Bearcats already have 1 3rd and 1 conversion on this drive. We'll see if they can pick up another. Ryan Montgomery stays in at running back. And the Bearcats will line up in a pistol formation. 2 tight ends on the right side of the line. The ball's on the left hash. It's a handoff to Montgomery, and he goes low to get the first down.
Sure
Didn't get much, but he got enough.
Absolutely, but nicely done. I think the quick count there helped Cincinnati. It was a run blitz all the way by Alabama. They've been sending extra people, so their philosophy is they need to get in Ritter's face, just like Cincinnati's philosophy is they need to get in Bryce Young's face. But nice call there. Nice job by Ryan Montgomery of going low and picking up that first down.
Montgomery out, Jerome Ford in. The Bearcats have it right at the 50-yard line. They go with 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end on 1st and 10 at midfield. Single high safety for Alabama. Desmond Ritter ready, catches a chest-high snap, fakes a handoff, short pass, caught on the run. Young spinning to the 40, 35, and tackled at the Alabama 31-yard line. 19 yards on the short throw to Michael Young.
Well, they bracketed Alec Pierce on that. Inside, outside, over the top, underneath. And Alec Pierce took off on a vertical, and that cleared out the RPO for Michael Young. Nicely done. Great call by offensive coordinator Mike Denbrock.
Safety DeMarco Helms with the tackle. The Bearcats have driven from their own 25 to the Alabama 31. Cincinnati trying to tie the game, trailing 7-0. Shotgun snap to Ritter. Quick pass deflected and knocked straight back toward the quarterback. It was swatted away by Brian Branch.
Yeah, Brian Branch came in from the edge on defensive right side. Ritter's left side, timed his jump perfectly, got up and knocked the ball away. intended for Trey Tucker out in the flat.
Tyler Scott goes out wide to the left, and I mean really
Yes,
wide. He's even with the numbers with the ball on the right hash. Tucker will go in motion to that side and line up in the slot. Alec Pierce is out to the right. 2nd down and 10 at the Alabama 31. Ritter catches a shotgun snap. Short throw caught by Scott at the 25. Escapes an Alabama defender and runs for the first down and more. He gets tackled at the 9. A 22-yard gain, and it's 1st and goal.
Oh, not only that, what an outstanding move by Tyler Scott after he caught the ball and made a move to make the corner miss, and then made another move to get the ball down inside the 10. Great individual effort there by a playmaker, Tyler Scott.
Jalen Armour Davis completely faked out on that play by Tyler Scott. Now we've got a timeout called by Alabama.
Listen to this crowd.
Timeout on the field.
We'll take a timeout. 5:48 left in the first quarter here at AT&T Stadium. Alabama leads by a touchdown, but the Bearcats will have it 1st and goal from the 9 when we come back. You're listening to the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Customize your outdoor and indoor living spaces with beautiful creations in stone, glass, or metal. Call Accent 513-721-5050 for a no-obligation consultation. Creating custom creations in the tri-state for over 100 years by the Napolitano family.
Hey, it's Mo Egger for Serval Electric. Every home has electrical needs. Let Serval Electric service yours. Call 513-771-5584. That's 513-771-5584. One call, that's all. Serval.
Watch all your favorite winners at the Holy Grail. Don't miss any of the college hoops action. And enjoy bucket beer specials. Whenever your team plays Bearcats, Musketeers, or Wildcats, it's great food and great action all winter. Your search is over.
If you're tired of big cable bills, you can get Newsmax TV for free. Millions are watching Newsmax. Available now on major cable systems or for free on smart TVs like Samsung, LG, and Vizio. Find it streaming on Roku, Xumo, Pluto, Amazon Fire, TiVo, Apple TV, and more. 7 million Americans have downloaded the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. It takes just seconds. Then watch us anytime, anywhere. Forbes calls Newsmax a news powerhouse. Find out why. Start watching today.
Encore Technologies and Norcom have partnered up to design, build, and secure your hybrid workforce with the latest technology solutions. Encore Technologies and Norcom can solve your technology needs. Visit Encore.tech and Norcom.com to find out how we can help.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmitt's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019. That's 513-847-0019. QC Kinetics, 847-0019.
Cincinnati trails Alabama 7-0, but the Bearcats have it 1st and goal from the 9. This will be the 10th play of Cincinnati's opening drive. Desmond Ritter has passed for 51 yards thus far. Wiley motions from left to right. Ritter catches a shotgun snap, fakes a handoff. His pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage. The second time that's happened on the opening drive. It's incomplete.
Yeah, had man coverage that time. Alec Pierce isolated out there by himself. Ran a slant route, was open, was able to get inside his guy, but the ball tipped at the line, knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Henry To'o, a transfer from Tennessee, jumped up and deflected the pass. He is a linebacker and Alabama's leading tackler at about 8 tackles per game. 2nd down and goal from the 9 for Cincinnati. Michael Young goes in motion and lines up in the slot to the right. Two receivers to each side of the formation. Ritter to throw. His pass through the fingertips of a leaping Alec Pierce. Got both hands on the ball 1 yard deep in the end zone, but could not reel it in.
Yeah, very high and very hot. Yeah, tough catch to make. And Alec did a good job of getting both hands on it. A lot of times receivers don't go up real hard there because they know they're going to get hit in the ribs. Nope, not a problem for Alec. Just wasn't able to pull it in.
Back-to-back incompletions, and now it's 3rd down and goal from the 9. Tyler Scott and Michael Young go out to the left. Alec Pierce out wide to the right with the ball on the right hash. Ritter in the gun, Ford to his right. 5:40 left in the first quarter. Ritter catches a shotgun snap, fakes a handoff, short pass. It's caught, but Alabama read the play beautifully and tackled Lenny Taylor for a loss of 6 back to the 15-yard line.
Daniel Wright, solid all the way. Kind of a hybrid safety guy, and just brought Taylor down right away for a huge loss. So no chance to run with it.
The Bearcats will have to settle for a field goal try, and the guy getting the opportunity is Cole Smith. This will be his first kick in a game in 2 months and 15 days after a groin injury that forced him to the sidelines. It'll be a 33-yard try for Cole Smith from the right hash. Bryce Burton is the holder. Catches, puts it down, the swing of the leg, the kick is on its way, and it is good. Cole Smith delivers, and the Bearcats score on their opening drive. They had it 1st and goal at the 9. They have to settle for the field goal, but in a year where the Bearcats have struggled to make field goals, Cole Smith delivers, and it's a 7-3 ball game. We'll take a timeout. 4:52 left in the first quarter. Alabama 7, Cincinnati 3, and you're listening to the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Get the talent you need with Hamilton Demo. Veteran-owned Hamilton Demo sources game-changing qualified professionals to propel your business forward with a customized approach. Visit HamiltonDemo.com to get started today. Hamilton Demo. Hire with confidence.
Toyotathon is on with great year-end deals on the adventurous RAV4 and the super fuel-efficient RAV4 Hybrid. Got a bigger crew? Step up to the Highlander with room for up to 8 or the best-in-class Highlander Hybrid. Now through January 3rd, get 1.9 APR financing on remaining new 21 RAV4s. Or get $500 APR cash on any new 22 Highlander when financed through TFS with approved credit. Get details at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Lance McAllister to tell you about the best deal of the year from Cincinnati Bell. For a limited time, get your first month of Fioptics Internet free. And if you sign up for 1 gig internet, you get up to $150 off a connected home device of your choice. Choose from the growing lineup at Cincinnati Bell stores from brands like Sonos, Google Nest, Ring, Apple, and more. Don't miss this limited time holiday offer for 1 month of free Fioptics Internet and up to $150 in savings. Visit your local Cincinnati Bell store or cincinnatibell.com/150 for details.
Hawksworth Blood Center will reward you with a $10 e-gift card via email when you make a life-saving blood or platelet donation at a neighborhood center today through December 31st. Visit hawksworth.org to schedule your life-saving donation. Hawksworth, saving lives close to home.
During Happy Honda Days, discover the joys of the season with unforgettable trips in an Accord, Pilot, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% APR on the 2021 Honda Accord and 0% APR on the 2022 Pilot or HR-V. Find your perfect Honda this season. Visit your local Honda dealer today or shop online.
It's the Happy Honda Days sales event at your Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda dealers or Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda Dealers.com.
See dealer for financing details.
Whenever you're feeling good and hungry, it's Skyline time.
Skyline cheese conies are amazing. That steamed bun, chili, and cheese just melts in your mouth. Give me 3 cheese conies all the way, and I'm a happy camper. That's it. I'm going to Skyline right now.
Together, at last, it's Skyline time.
Alabama 7, Cincinnati 3. Each team has had the ball once. Alabama starting with a 75-yard touchdown drive. The Bearcats answer with a 60-yard drive that ends with a field goal by Cole Smith. Alabama has only given up points on the opening drive 4 times this year, so Cincinnati joins that club. And the Bearcats scored inside the Toyota Red Zone. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com for all Toyota offers. Toyota, let's go places. The kickoff by Alex Bales, another touchback. He is 2 for 2 today. And the Crimson Tide will get it from the 25-yard line. 4:52 left in the first. 7-3 Bama.
Yeah, 2 very good drives, and I think if you say, well, wait a minute, it was a field goal for Cincinnati. Yeah, they did. Once they got inside the 10 there, first and goal from the 9, had a ball batted down that would have been a touchdown. A second one that went through Alec Pierce's hands that would have been a very, very tough catch. And then, of course, Lenny Taylor tackled for a loss of 6 and then had to settle for the field goal. But the fact that they did a nice job of moving the ball down the field is a good sign.
Alabama sends 2 receivers out to the right. Now a 3rd receiver goes in motion to that side. They run to the left, and Robinson grabbed by the legs and pulled down near the line by Darian Beavers. Just a 1-yard gain for Brian Robinson.
Well, that would be the adjustment Cincinnati needs to make here after Alabama's first drive, where they ran the ball at will, and then Alabama was trying to set up play action there, but right now they were having too much success running the ball. Shut them down and see where it goes. And then they did so there on that first down.
2nd and 9. Alabama has Bryce Young in the gun with Robinson to his left. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. The Heisman Trophy winning quarterback catches the ball. Short drop, looking to throw. Pocket closes, and he flings it into the sideline area, chucking it out of bounds. It's 3rd down and 9.
Well, that was Myjai Sanders, and it's different for Myjai on that one. We know he's got the speed and the ability to kind of loop inside and move, do different moves. He did a bull rush that time, went through a huge right tackle, and was able to make Bryce Young throw that one away.
First 3rd and long of the day for Alabama. It is 3rd and 9. The Crimson Tide at its own 26. 4:12 left in the first. Alabama leading 7-3. 3 receivers stretch out to the right. 1 out to the left. The receiver out to the left is the tight end, Billingsley. Single high safety for the Cats. Myjai Sanders comes charging forward. The right tackle was in his back pedal. We'll see who the penalty's on.
Well, they're both pointing at each other. They're saying there was movement. Cincinnati's saying there was movement. Of course, Alabama's saying it was offsides. The referees step in and stop the finger pointing. Here we go. Here comes the call.
Defense offside. Number 21 was in the neutral zone, causing the offense to move. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You know you're going to get at least 1 offside on Myjai Sanders during the course of the game. Now, in fairness to him, they just showed the replay on the gigantic 58-yard long video board, and it looked like the right tackle was actually the guilty party. Not called that way, so it's 3rd down and 4 after the 5-yard penalty. The ball's at the 31-yard line. Bryce Young is ready. 3 receivers in a bunch out to the right. Young back to throw. His pass caught over the middle by Bolden, easily picking up the first down, and he gets tackled at the 47-yard line by Brian Cook. 16 yards on 3rd and 4.
Nice throw, and boy, wide open was Bolden coming across the middle. Zone, they just played it well. Alabama played it very well. Settled into a spot, but yeah, shame on that previous one that didn't go against Alabama because there appeared to be movement.
Alabama 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. The Crimson Tide has a 1st and 10. They hand it off to Robinson. Jump cut to the right. Runs away from a Bearcat into Cincinnati territory. Pace hops on his back, and along with Cook makes the tackle, but another 1st down run for the Crimson Tide down to the Cincinnati 37.
Yeah, nice job by Robinson that time. He didn't want to go to the outside. He went to go up the middle. It was clogged up, kicked it out to the right, was able to get to the edge and use his speed. Broke through a tackle by Javon Hicks, and then picked up the 1st down.
16 yards on that run. 1st and 10 at the Bearcat 37. Young catches the shotgun snap, looking to throw, now moving to his left, throws before getting hit, and it's incomplete. He floated it dangerously downfield, intended for Jamison Williams, overthrew him, and not that far from being a Bearcat INT.
Yeah, and Ja'Cory Brooks, the 2nd receiver, was down in that area, and there was 2 Bearcats there, so very fortunate for Bryce Young that one wasn't picked off.
He's only thrown 4 interceptions this year in comparison to 44 touchdown passes. Trey Sanders checks in at running back, lines up to the quarterback's right. Billingsley, the tight end, also in the backfield. Now he goes in motion to the right. Young fakes a handoff. He's running, pitches it forward, caught by a tight end. And Cameron Latu runs down the sideline. There's a penalty flag on the opposite side of the field. Latu close to the first down marker for Alabama.
Yeah, it's an alignment thing, so either Cincinnati was offsides or Alabama didn't have the right number of people on the line of scrimmage. It didn't stop the play, so it's not a false start. We'll see what it is. But that's the new RPO right there, where you put the quarterback out and let him run, and you almost do like an option as part of the run-pass option. So it's ultimately a run-pass option with the actual
passer was
option.
Beyond the line of scrimmage, and when he threw the ball, it went forward. An illegal forward
Okay.
pass.
All right, so
my bad on that.
The quarterback was past the line of scrimmage when he pitched it forward to Latu, so it's an illegal pass and a costly penalty for Alabama.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, you can do that if you're behind the line of scrimmage, but not if you're beyond the line of scrimmage. So the mistake that Bryce Young made there was he got beyond the line of scrimmage to make that pass.
And that turns it into a 3rd down and 14 for Alabama. So a great opportunity for Cincinnati.
I think they're going to look at this one, Dan, to
Going on
see.
the field of an illegal forward pass is under further review.
Yeah, to see where he was when he let that ball go. I honestly believe that was initiated by Nick Saban. That's not somebody in the booth saying, hey, we think we got a controversial, I think we missed one here, or this was awfully close, let's look at it.
This thing is not good.
So it'll be reviewed to see if the quarterback, Bryce Young, was indeed past the line of scrimmage when he tossed the ball to Latu.
We're looking at a still shot. The ball is still in his hand, and he is passing the line that is on the television. Now, whether that's the official line, you never know if it's exactly if that's exactly right. It can be off a foot or two.
And if any part of his body is behind the line, it doesn't have to be the ball, it doesn't have to be the front foot, any part at all behind the line, and the play stands. We'll take a break while they look at the replay. The score is 7-3 Alabama, 3:12 left in the first quarter, and this is the Cotton Bowl presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
You're driving around listening to the radio. Why not continue driving around listening to the radio and get paid for it? Your local Domino's is hiring delivery drivers to do just that. Enjoy flexible schedules, earn tips, and track those tips in real time if your store uses the Domino's driver app. Apply at jobs.dominos.com.
Want to save up to 80% on your energy bill? You've got to dig for it. Climate Master Geothermal Systems taps the constant temperature of the earth to keep your home comfortable all year. Plus, Going Geo qualifies you for a 26% tax credit. Call Anderson Automatic Heating and Cooling at 513-574-0005 and get digging. You already know R&L Carriers for delivering the best customer service and dependability in LTL. But did you also know R&L Carriers can manage your e-commerce, order fulfillment, and kitting needs through our state-of-the-art distribution centers located around the U.S. and overseas. Our global shipping specialists can guide you through the complexities of international shipping with our import-export, air, ocean, transborder, and customs brokerage services. Trust R&L Carriers with all your logistics needs. R&L Carriers, we really do ship anything, anywhere, anytime. Visit us at rlc.com to learn more.
Get away in a hot new Hyundai Tucson during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Superior Hyundai North in Fairfield. Every new Hyundai is backed by America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and the Hyundai Assurance. Go to myhyundaidealer.com.
R&L Carriers has immediate career opportunities nationwide for line haul and city drivers, rate handlers, mechanics, and much more. Enjoy top competitive pay, full benefits, and vacation resorts exclusively for employees. Visit rlc.com or call 866-200-1600 today.
You're listening to News Radio 700 WLW.
After the replay review, it has been confirmed that Alabama quarterback Bryce Young was past the line of scrimmage when he tossed that ball to tight end Cameron Latu. So it's a 5-yard penalty plus a loss of down, and it becomes 3rd down and 14 for Alabama at the Cincinnati 41-yard line.
Yeah, it might even be 2-down territory here for Bama. Let's see what they do on their 3rd down. But this is a huge 3rd down for Cincinnati to stop them.
Williams, Bolden, and Billingsley go out to the left. Ja'Cory Brooks out to the right. Bryce Young in the gun on 3rd and 14. Secondary playing back for Cincinnati. Young back to throw. His pass, a diving attempt. It is a catch just short of the first down at the Cincinnati 28.
That was a heck of a catch. My goodness, diving catch, thrown to the inside. A little bit of pressure that time on Bryce Young, but nice catch that time by Jamison
So
Williams.
Alabama will go for it on 4th and 1. Young hands it off to Robinson, and he's got the first down. Plowed over to Sean Pace and made it to the 25 for the 4th and 1 conversion, a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, he's not the big back like Derrick Henry and some of the other Alabama backs that we've seen. But, man, nice job there of going into Pace and picking up that yard.
The big play, the 13-yard gain on 3rd and 14, set up the opportunity to go for it on 4th and 1. Alabama driving with a 7-3 lead. Young hands it off to Robinson, finds a hole, left side, another huge gain. He'll run to the Cincinnati 10. 15 yards on the play before the Bearcats are able to bring him down.
Yeah, man, and right now Alabama on the ground, passing the ball a little bit. Obviously the pass to Williams to convert or to get close to conversion. Here goes Alabama again into tempo.
1st and goal from the 10. Young in the shotgun, Robinson to his right. Robinson having a huge first quarter. Young hands it off to Robinson, trying to turn the left corner. And the Bearcats have good pursuit, and Myjai Sanders gets him out of bounds after a gain of 1.
That's 100 yards already in the first quarter on the ground for Alabama, picking up 1 there. But nice job by only allowing 1. 2nd and goal from the 10, from the 9 make it.
And Robinson has run for 74 of the 100.
Yep.
1:18 left in the first. 2nd and goal from the 9 for Alabama. The Crimson Tide trying to score touchdowns on its first 2 drives of the game. Young in the gun, 3 receivers and a bunch out to the right. Now one of them goes in motion to the left. That's Billingsley, the tight end. Young with a long count. The play clock hits 0. Young catches the snap. They're letting the play go. He's in trouble. Beavers sacks him at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, we do not want that to be delay a game now after that. That's a great sack.
A 6-yard sack for Darian Beavers. And now it's 3rd and goal from the 15.
Yeah, Dan, it looks like they lost their center again. I take it's not their center, but shoulder injury. One of their offensive linemen, I'm trying to figure out who it was, that got taken off the field there.
4.5 sacks this year for Darian Beavers, senior from Coleraine High School. And it's 3rd down and goal from the Bearcat 15. This will be the 11th play of the drive for Alabama. 2 receivers left. Williams out to the right. The running back is Sanders to the right now of Bryce Young. Play clock at 7. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Young catches the shotgun snap as the clock hits zeros. Rolls to the right, running down to the 10, the 5, and he gets shoved out of bounds at the 3.
Yeah, he had a lot of green over there to run, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. Alabama will have some time to talk about this one.
And they can decide whether they want to go for the short field goal or attempt to go for the touchdown on 4th and goal from the 3. At the end of the first quarter, Alabama 7, Cincinnati 3. This is the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Let Montgomery Inn take care of dinner tonight. Try their new family packs, complete with worldwide famous baby back ribs, sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, delicious barbecue chicken, mouth-watering Saratoga chips, and your choice of a refreshing salad or coleslaw, plus a whole pie for dessert.
Boy, that sounds like the ultimate family feast that you can enjoy in the comfort of your own home. Visit MontgomeryInn.com to start your order. Montgomery Inn is open Tuesday through Sunday.
Hi, I'm Bill Weber. And I'm Adam Weber of AE Door and Window. Don't get left out in the cold. And don't let your deliveries get left out in the cold. AE Door and Window can install a LiftMaster Wi-Fi-enabled garage door opener equipped with Amazon Key, a safe and secure way to receive packages when you're not at home. All LiftMaster products are proven to withstand even the harshest of elements and years of constant use. Check them out at one of our 3 locations.
Learn more at aeDoorsales.com.
We sell the best and service the rest. AE.
Are you suffering from chronic joint pain like Heather?
I have terrible arthritis and have had it for quite a while, and I've gone to all kinds of doctors trying to figure out what to do, and everybody just said surgery, and surgery was months of rehab, and I didn't want to do that.
But then Heather discovered QC Kinetics, local medical professionals who specialize in natural biologic treatments, non-invasive solutions designed to repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. And she absolutely loves the results.
I like to tell anybody who's suffering that there are options that are not steroids, that are not surgery. You owe it to yourself to find out about QC Kinetics and find out what they can do for you.
No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Discover QC Kinetics and learn more about natural biologic treatments with lasting results.
Call QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019. That's 513-847-0019. Don't wait. Call today. QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Alabama leads Cincinnati 7-3 at the end of the first quarter, and on the first play of the second, rather than going for a touchdown on 4th down and goal from the 3, Nick Saban elects to bring out his excellent kicker, Will Reichard, and look for a field goal to push the lead back to 7. It's been a 12-play, 72-yard drive, and this will be about as short as it gets for Reichard, a 20-yard attempt from the right hash. It is from a sharp angle in college football. Cincinnati jumps. The kick is up. The kick is good, but we'll see if Alabama now elects to go for it.
They may change it going
after
from
moving half the distance.
Yeah, 1.5 yard line. And here comes all the offensive guys up to Coach Saban's side. We'll see. Field goal was good.
False start. Offense number 85. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So the penalty is on Alabama for a false start. Kendall Randolph, the guilty party. It's still a short field goal. It'll be a 25-yard attempt now for Alabama.
Well, you hear the crowd react, and that's the Alabama folks reacting because Cincinnati encroached first, and that created the jump by Alabama, but there was no contact.
The kick is on its way from Reichard, and it is good. So Alabama has scored on its first 2 possessions, a touchdown on the first, and about a 26-yard field goal on the second by junior kicker Will Reichard. 10-3 Alabama.
Yeah, against early game adjustments here as we end the first quarter and just begin the second one. It's the run that Cincinnati needs to stop, and I think they're in a situation where if they're able to do that, they are getting enough pressure on Bryce Young and making him throw the ball in a couple of cases not accurately. He got bailed out by Jamison Williams on a great diving catch, and then he had to throw another one away, and he let another one sail that almost got intercepted. So figure out how to stop the run, keep the pressure on Young, and then see what happens. But you got to figure out how to stop this run right now as Alabama's almost running it at will with 106 yards already in this game on the ground.
74 of those yards by running back Brian Robinson, who is first team All-SEC this year. And when he's got it going, Alabama is not afraid to feed him the ball. He had 36 carries in a game this year. This kickoff close to the pylon, but it did not go out of bounds first. Landed in the end zone before going out of bounds, and that means it's another touchback, and the Bearcats will have it at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Robinson already has 11 carries in this game for those 74 yards. So you're right, Dan. They're not afraid to feed him.
So the Bearcats' second consecutive drive will begin from the 25. The Bearcats were able to drive all the way down to the Alabama 9. They had it first and goal. Desmond Ridder threw a couple of incomplete passes, and Alabama was able to force the Bearcats to settle for a field goal attempt. Tucker and Scott go out to the right. Wiley and Pierce out to the left. Now they all motion closer to the formation on 1st and 10 from the 25. Ridder ready for the shotgun snap. Catches the ball from Renfro. It's an option pitch out to the left. Jerome Ford getting to the corner, and he gets knocked out of bounds after a gain of 4, maybe even 5.
Yeah, he got to the 30.
5.
Yep. Nice finish there I tell you what, it looked like it was going to be more open than that. Alabama closes so fast. Not surprising. This is SEC speed, and obviously the SEC champs. These guys have speed at every position.
Jerome Ford tapping the top of his helmet after that run. He has to come out of the game, and Ryan Montgomery checks in. Pierce goes out wide to the right. Scott and Tucker out to the left. Now Tucker motions to the right and lines up in the slot. On 2nd and 5, Ritter wants to pass, gets hit from behind, and sacked back at the 20-yard line. He's brought down by the burly defensive lineman DJ Dale, just his 2nd sack this year.
Yeah, Tunstall on the left side, the left tackle that time, just allowed him to get around the edge. Ritter was looking to the right the entire way, didn't see it coming. So sack of 10 yards, 9 yards, I guess officially.
And it's 3rd down and 14 as a result. The Bearcats send 2 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. Alabama shifting up front, trying to confuse the Cincinnati O-line. Ryan Montgomery remains the running back. Ritter catches a shotgun snap, quick throw, slant caught by Scott, and he's brought down after a very short gain. Tackled at the 26. The Bearcats pick up 5 on 3rd and 14, and will have to punt it back to Alabama.
Yeah, exactly. So big time sack kills the Bearcats right there as they put themselves in an okay position at 2nd and 5, and then the sack took them out of it, and they tried to get the ball on a quick pass to Tyler Scott and let him run with the ball after the catch, but he wasn't able to do that.
Mason Fletcher into punt. His dad, Dustin, is here at AT&T Stadium making the trip from Australia. They had not seen each other in ages. Snap is high but handled. Fletcher gets off the punt. Punting down the middle of the field. It is caught on the run. Great pursuit by Cincinnati. And the tackle is made by Tyler Scott at the Alabama 34-yard line.
Yeah, good punt. Decent anyway. Not great hang time, but nice job that time by Tyler Scott of getting down there.
43 yards on the punt, 3 yards on the return. The ball officially spotted at the 33. So that's where Alabama will begin its 3rd drive of the game. The Crimson Tide leading the Bearcats 10-3. We're about 2.5 minutes into the 2nd quarter here in Dallas. Bryce Young 3 for 5 thus far. He's only thrown for 36 yards. Alabama's dominating in the run game thus far. Robinson in the backfield to the right of Bryce Young. Young hands it off to Robinson, charging forward. Running through arm tackles, making it to the 41, but there's a penalty flag down.
See what the call is here. Came from
illegal formation, offense, more than 4 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
So that wipes out an 8-yard run for Brian Robinson, a 5-yard penalty on Alabama.
Yeah, you get fortunate there that the penalty was called, but again, back to, and I hate to keep hammering this, but you've got to figure out how to stop this run. And that's pretty obvious, but right now the Bearcats need to make some adjustments. And that leaves you susceptible over the top when you start bringing extra people up into the box to stop the run.
1st down and 15 for Alabama at the 28. Empty backfield now for Bryce Young. 3 receivers left, 2 out to the right. Play clock at 6. Young is set. Sophomore quarterback has the ball. Throws to the right, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Cincinnati.
Yeah, absolutely. No shock that they went in that direction, because when Alabama shifted, it put Darian Beavers out there on a wideout. And that's why Bryce Young went that direction, and rightfully so. But, man, he just kind of misfired on that one. So, huge play here to keep it, to set up a 3rd and long.
Sanders in at running back. Trey Sanders has dealt with multiple injuries over the last couple of years. A highly touted recruit on 2nd and 15. Young wants to throw, screens it to Sanders, and he is hit right away by Sauce Gardner. The tackle polished off by Joel DeBlanco. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play.
Yeah, I mean, Sauce Gardner gets a lot of accolades for the way that he covers on that boundary side. But I'm telling you what, this is what's going to make the guy an NFL player, is he's not afraid to hit anybody. He did a great job there. So here we go, 3rd and 13.
Sauce Gardner matched up against Jamison Williams, out to the right from Alabama's perspective. 3rd down and 14. The Crimson Tide at its own 29. 11:35 left in the 2nd. Alabama up by 7. Young drops straight back to throw. Forced to scramble to his right. Penalty flag down. His pass is incomplete.
Yeah, thrown into the backfield.
Holding. Offense number 79. Penalties decline. Result of the play, 4th down.
So the Bearcats will force Alabama to punt for the first time today.
Now, Chris Owens, the guilty party there. He was the same guy that moved when Cincinnati got called for offsides previously. So Alabama will punt for the first time.
Their punter is James Burnup, also from Australia. He is a redshirt freshman and has not had a particularly good year. His average is 39 yards a punt. The net about 37.5. Ryan Montgomery looks to return from the 30-yard line for Cincinnati. Alabama leading 10-3. Burnup is ready. Waist-high snap, gets off the punt. Montgomery settling under it, calls for a fair catch, and has it at the 29-yard line. We'll take a timeout. 11:17 left in the second quarter. Alabama leads Cincinnati 10-3, and you are listening to the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics, here on News Radio 700 WLW.
Mike Castrucci Ford in Milford and Alexandria proudly boast of the largest on-the-ground inventory of new Fords in town. Sales open New Year's Eve till 6 p.m., New Year's Day 10 to 5. That's Mike Castrucci Ford.
Paul Luck here for McKinley Mortgage. If you want to talk to a person and save money with your mortgage, then call McKinley Mortgage. 791-2700. 791-2700 or apply online at bestlowrates.com.
Want to save up to 80% on your energy bill? You've got to dig for it. Climate Master Geothermal Systems taps the constant temperature of the earth to keep your home comfortable all year. Plus, Going Geo qualifies you for a 26% tax credit. Call Corcoran and Harnest at 513-921-2227 and get digging.
Immerse yourself in holiday tradition at Cincinnati Museum Center's Holiday Junction, where the historic Duke Energy holiday trains are celebrating their 75th anniversary. Get a bird's eye view of the historic trains, build a snowman, heal your eyes in a holiday scavenger hunt, and pay a visit to Santa, all at Cincinnati Museum Center.
There's lots of places that can help you plan your financial future. I'm proud to work with Western and Southern because they're so involved with our community. Let's create a bright future for you and our city.
Products issued by member companies of Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Western and Southern is proud to partner with the University of Cincinnati Bearcats football team to tackle cancer. For every UC Bearcats tackle at home games, Western and Southern makes a donation to the Barrett Cancer Center. Join Western and Southern in this mission to help make our hometown even better.
You are locked on to News Radio 700 WLW.
Dan Hoard, Jim Kelly, Mo Egger, and the stats doctor, Dr. Richard Weiner, with you from AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, Texas. Officially, Dave Keaton runs the show from our studios in Kenwood. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cincinnati trailing by a touchdown, 10-3, but the Bearcats about to start a drive from their own 30. We'll see if they can march down the field and tie this game.
Yes, and Alabama really kind of had Cincinnati's defense a little tired there. That was a great stand by the Bearcats forcing that Alabama punt. And this is where I think Cincinnati needs a long drive. I mean, I'll take a quick score, don't get me wrong. But this would be great to see them take the ball down the field and tie this game up.
The winner will play again in 10 days in the national championship game in Indianapolis against either Michigan or Georgia. Those two teams meet later today in the Orange Bowl. 1st and 10, Cincinnati. Jerome Ford is the running back. Desmond Ridder turns left, gives it to Ford, and Jerome gets stacked up and gang tackle after running for a yard and a half.
Yeah, not much that time, and Alabama kind of stacking that middle of the field again right there. And in the past, Ford was able to keep things going forward, get a little push from behind, and pick up a few yards, but they'll only give him 1 yard on that. So 2nd and 9 for the Cats.
Cats have it at their own 31. Jaden Thompson will go out wide to the right. Young close to the right tackle, and now he detaches and goes out into the slot. Pearson Taylor out to the left. 2nd and 9 Cincinnati. The play clock at 5. Ridder in the gun, Ford to his left. Dez is ready, catches the ball from Renfro, gives it to Ford, and Jerome charges with a low pad level out to the 36. A 5-yard pickup that makes it 3rd down and 4.
Well, nice job that time off the left side. Great offensive line blocking. Tunstall on the tackle side. Vinny McConnell there as well. Gave Ford some running rooms. Big third down here for the Bearcats. Cats on the day, 2 out of 4, so 50%. This would be a great one to pick up and keep this drive going.
Desmond Ridder, 6 for 10 thus far. He's thrown for 50 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Third down and 4. The Cats at their own 36. They trail 10-3. Tucker goes in motion, lines up in the backfield with Ford and Ridder. Ridder catches a shotgun snap, drops back to throw. His pass knocked down at the line again. This time by Fedarian Mathis.
Yep, third time, and Tucker that time came out of the backfield and went up kind of like he was go up the field and run a deep route, a vertical route, then cut off out into the right flat, wide open out there, with the ball knocked down.
So out of 11 passes, 3 have been swatted away at the line of scrimmage.
And we think maybe even a fourth just tipped by a finger or two that just made the pass uncatchable.
It's not been a problem for Desmond Ridder throughout his career,
No.
but Alabama doing a good job so far today. Fletcher into punt, steps into it, and launches this one. It is driving Bolden way back, catches at the 10, and gets swarmed down inside the 10 by Trey Tucker and Tyler Scott. Tucker dangerously close to taunting, and credit the official for kind of pulling him away before a penalty could be called. 54 yards on the Fletcher punt, -1 on the run back by Slade Bolden.
Yeah, Tucker kind of got in his face there a little bit. You can't do that, particularly in a game of this magnitude.
We have a timeout on the field, so we'll take a break. 9:35 left in the half. Alabama up by 7, 10-3. You're listening to the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Hey, it's Dave Lapham for First Star Logistics, a Bengal sponsor and one of Cincinnati's fastest growing companies. It's where you can score your next great job as a broker agent. It'll be your job to figure out and arrange the best way to ship freight across the country and around the world. First Star gives you a great base salary, plus uncapped commissions. Go for the career win. Learn more at firststarlogistics.com and tell them Lapham sent you.
First Star Logistics, opportunity knocking.
Hey, your home value's way up. Why not use that equity to make your home even nicer for the new year? Eddie here talking about a cash-out refi with Loan Pronto. Loan Pronto is fast-tracking home refis for the new year with checks for 60, 70, 100 grand or more. And right now, Loan Pronto can even cover all your closing costs. Your home's value is way up. Convert that equity into cash for a new kitchen, a home office, or a swimming pool for next summer. Call Loan Pronto now, and you can close in as little as 2 weeks with a big check and skip your next 2 house payments. Make 2022 the year you fix up your home with Loan Pronto's help. Call 513-800-1550, loanpronto.com. 513-800-1550. That's 513-800-1550. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
This is the home of the UC Bearcats, 700 WLW.
That 54-yard punt by freshman Mason Fletcher, the longest of his Bearcat career. His previous long had been 52. Great coverage by Tucker and Tyler Scott. And Alabama has to begin from the 9. The Crimson Tide leading 10-3. If you are just tuning in, Alabama started the game with an 11-play, 75-yard touchdown drive. 10 of the 11 plays were runs, including a scramble on what would have been a pass, but nonetheless, there were no passes on the drive until the very last play. An 8-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Young to Slade Bolden. That made it 7-0 Bama. Cincinnati answered with an excellent drive, but after having it first and goal at the 9, the Cats had to settle for a 33-yard field goal by Cole Smith that made it 7-3. And then on the first play of the second quarter, Will Reichard booted a 26-yard field goal for Alabama, and that made our current score 10-3.
Yeah, Alabama backed up here, but they are a passing football team. They are not going to be afraid to throw the football, even though they've run us successfully today. Wouldn't be shocked to see the offensive staff take a shot here. Bryce Young has a 94-yard touchdown this year to Jamison Williams.
Young in the gun, Robinson to his right. First and 10 from the 9. Play action fake, screen out to the right. Great tackle by Sauce Gardner as he drops the great Jamison Williams for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those guys, it's not the last time they're going to see each other after this game. Both of them are going to be NFL guys, and that was a great job there. Looks like an injured Alabama player on the play right now. But great job by Gardner of not giving up any yardage there whatsoever. And I don't think Williams saw it coming whatsoever either. So, nice job.
It's a Cincinnati player who's getting medical attention at the 10, but it's impossible to see from this angle. It's on the opposite side of the field, and we are above the Cincinnati end zone. So we'll have that information for you as soon as we come back. We'll take a timeout. 9:26 left in the second quarter. Alabama 10, Cincinnati 3. You're listening to the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Oxford Gas celebrates 75 years supplying the tri-state with propane, constantly striving for the best pricing and high standards of safety, service, and reliability. Call Oxford Gas today, 724-7700, and ask about the new customer special, or go to oxfordgas.com. Propane is energy for everyone.
Every successful coach recognizes how critical a good game plan is in order to win. Let my friends at RJL Insurance Group put together an insurance game plan for you and your business. Call Rob Ludwig or Christy Brown today at 513-322-5637 or go to rjlig.com.
Do your eyes bug out when you see your electricity bill? You need to listen up, my fellow Americans. Chances are you're overpaying. You need True Energy. True Energy goes direct to the providers and shops the best rate for you. They've saved their customers over $500 million. That's $500 million, and it's so easy. Just go to ohiopower.com. That's ohiopower.com and upload your electricity bill. True Energy then shops up to 20 different suppliers and comes back to you with savings and options. You then choose the plan that works best for you and for your business, and your work is done. Go to ohiopower.com and start saving right now. ohiopower.com, or give them a call at 513-480-8888. That's 513-480-8888, or go to online ohiopower.com. Start saving money right now.
You're locked on News Radio 700 WLW.
The injured Bearcat was slot cornerback Arquan Bush. He was able to walk off the field under his own power. He had his left arm pinned against his side. I don't know if it's the arm, the elbow, the shoulder, the wrist. In any case, he started to shake it a little bit once he got to the sideline, so hopefully that's a good sign. In the meantime, he will be replaced for at least a play by junior Taj Ward, who has obviously played a lot in his Bearcat career.
Yeah, I had mentioned the 94-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Young to Jamison Williams. Alabama has 7 TD drives of 90 yards or greater this year, so that would be one of them, of course. I don't know if you want to call that a drive when you go 94 in one play. And you heard, I don't know if we were back on the air or not, but you heard a loud booing. That was not anybody booing anything. It was Amari Cooper, who was here in the house.
Second down and 11 for Alabama. From the 8-yard line, the Crimson Tide leading 10-3. 9:14 left in the half. Young back to throw. Short pass over the middle, caught by Slade Bolden. Gets toppled head over shoulders. Make that Billingsley on the catch, the Alabama tight end, and he's going to pick up the first down on second down and 11. He gains 12.
I would understand why you say that was Bolden. That was the same exact the play that Bolden scored a touchdown.
Alabama will go hurry up. They snap it to Young. He hands it off to Robinson. It's a wide run to the right, tries to cut it back, and Robinson dragging I beg your pardon, he was able to drag Brian Cook forward out to the 26-yard line, a gain of 6 for Robinson.
Beavers had an opportunity to get him in the backfield. Actually, it was Jay Sanders. I take that back. And a couple of other people let him get through.
Second down and 4 for Alabama. They'll hand it off to Robinson again. Runs through a hole left side to the 35. The Bearcats jump at his feet, and the tackle is made. Another first down for Alabama. A gain of 13 yards out to the 39.
Alabama substitutes this time. They'll take a little bit more time at the line of scrimmage to call a play as Bryce Young looks over at the bench and gets that.
Robinson getting close to 100 rushing yards in the first half. First and 10, Bama. Young hands it off to Robinson again. runs straight ahead with authority. Make that Sanders. Robinson checked out. Trey Sanders checked in. They're very similar body types, both about 220 pounds, and Sanders runs for 6.
Yeah, again, the number of plays mounting up for the Cincinnati defense that Alabama is running. And I think 31 plays so far, make it 30 so far. That's a lot here as we are midway through the second quarter.
Sanders stays in at running back. 2nd down and 4. Bryce Young catches the shotgun snap, throws a slant. It is caught. Jamison Williams got spun to the ground, got back up. He's running, and he gets nailed out of bounds at the Cincinnati 29-yard line by Arquan Bush, who's back into the game.
Yeah, nice to see Bush in there. Cincinnati spun Williams around. He went down to the ground. We'll see if his knee touched. We'll certainly take a look at this one.
The ruling on the field is the runner was knocked down. The previous play is under review.
That should be coming back. It's a 26-yard gain, but it looked like his knee was down almost right away.
Yeah, well, again, the one thing that happens occasionally is when you're taken down to the ground like that, you stay on top of the player that tackles you. And if your knee doesn't hit, even though you look like you're down in some cases, you can get up and go again. And that's exactly to give Jamison Williams credit. You know, he did that. Now, whether they call it back, I agree with you, Dan. I think he was down, so we'll see. They're going to take a look at it.
And it would be just a short gain if he was marked down right away.
Oh, his knee's down.
It's not even close.
Not
he was tackled by Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Close to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
so this 26-yard gain is about to be wiped out.
Yeah, so when Kobe Bryant, when the knee did hit the ground, he spun over Bryant and popped back up, and that's why he thought he could run as he was sitting on Bryant. But that's coming back. Yep. We'll come back to the 49-yard line, the Cincinnati 49.
And would be a gain of about 1.5 yards.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Check that. It was
after review. The runner's knee was down at the 49-yard line. He made the line to gain. It's 1st and 10.
It was a 2nd down and 4 play, so it's a gain of about 5, maybe 6, that gives an Alabama a 1st down just past midfield.
Yeah, it was just a 1.5 yards past the yard to gain there. So, but it wasn't the 20. What did you say? 26, 28 after he got up and ran again. So, nice job by Kobe Bryant.
Alabama started this drive at the 9, and the Crimson Tide has moved into Cincinnati territory at the Bearcat 49-yard line. 10-3 Bama. Alabama dominating in the ground game thus far. 131 rushing yards for Bama, 17 for Cincinnati. Young in the gun. Robinson back in at running back. He has 93 rushing yards. They give it to him on a run to the left. Cuts it back toward the middle. Robinson is destroying Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He gains 9 to the Cincinnati 40.
Well, he is. He's a strong runner, and he finishes unbelievably strong. But right now it's the offensive line for Alabama winning the battle big time.
14 carries, 102 yards in the first half for Brian Robinson. 2nd and 1 at the Cincinnati 40. Bryce Young is ready. And Cincinnati calls a timeout. Luke Fickell called it from the sideline.
Yeah, and probably a good idea. There seemed to be some confusion
Cincinnati
out there as to where the defensive alignment should be.
Alabama's offensive coordinator, as we mentioned prior to the game, is a former NFL head coach, Bill O'Brien, who led the Houston Texans to several playoff appearances. Their offensive line coach this year is also a former NFL head coach, Doug Marrone, the former head coach in Jacksonville and Buffalo. And they have put together an outstanding running attack so far today.
They sure have. And nice to have those luxuries to have guys with NFL head coaching experience on your staff as position coaches. And Doug Marrone, obviously, always an offensive line guy. This offensive line is really performing well right now.
Alabama's offensive line has not had a great year, but they performed extremely well in the SEC championship, and they've dominated in the run game. So far today, 22 running plays, 11 passes for Bryce Young. 2nd down and 1 at the Bearcat 40. Alabama up by 7. Young waits for the shotgun snap. He'll throw to the left. Caught by Brooks. Brooks runs down to the 30. Pace makes the tackle. Another first down for Alabama.
Yeah,
and a gain of 10.
So Alabama is playing right into everything I'm talking about. When I say that, I mean, they're thinking, okay, Cincinnati's got to stop the run. They're going to play run. So that's really going to open up the outside for us. And that's exactly what they did there, is they knew Cincinnati would be stacking the box inside, trying to stop the run. And here you go. You throw the ball to the outside, get a blocker or two out there, pick up some yardage.
The first catch for Ja'Cory Brooks, just his 6th of the year. 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 30. Bryce Young drops back to throw, in trouble, going backward near the 50, and intentionally throws it out of bounds. He ran backward about 20 yards, managed to gun it past the line of scrimmage and out of bounds for an incomplete pass.
Yep. Nice job out there. I think that was Deshaun Pace chasing Bryce Young, made him throw the ball out of bounds.
Coming into the game, Bryce Young had been sacked 33 times this year, including 7 in the overtime victory over Auburn. In their one loss this year, Texas A&M sacked him 4 times. Bearcats have sacked him once. This will be the 10th play of the drive for Alabama. 2nd and 10 at the Bearcat 30. Ja'Cory Brooks motions to the right. Young looking over the middle, now scans the field, throws it short to the right. The catch made for a gain of 4 by Jamison Williams at the Bearcat 26, and it's 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, low throw. Williams goes down and gets it, gets his hands underneath it. Yeah, he definitely had his gloves underneath the ball. So.
Big play here for the Bearcat defense. A chance to force Alabama into a long field goal try on 3rd down and 6 from the Cincinnati 26. Brooks goes out wide to the left, right on top of the numbers. 2 receivers bunched out to the short side right. Now Williams motions to the left. Arquan Bush lines up opposite him. Bryce Young back to throw, fires, incomplete. Dropped by Billingsley, the tight end. It would have been a first down, and it's 4th down and 6, and Alabama will try for the field goal.
Yeah, it ended up man-to-man that time. I'm surprised. It was Jamison Williams on Arquan Bush. Surprised they didn't go that direction. Bryce Young gave a look that way quickly and decided to come back to his tight end. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because the tight end was open. Just a little bit errant throw, and a catch could have been made, but it doesn't, and Alabama will try their 2nd field goal.
A 44-yard try for Will Reichard. His career long is 52. This kick has the distance. No good. Wide left. The Bearcat defense gets a stop, and Cincinnati will take over at the 26. 4:47 remaining here in the first half. The score, Alabama 10, Cincinnati 3. You're listening to the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Feel every turn. Lean into every curve. Motion simulation brings gaming to life. 4 simulators in one, with a seat that switches between driving positions. From sport racing and off-roading to stock cars and formula cars. Used by World Championship racing drivers and esports teams, get the LC starting at $1,800 or the TL Series starting at $40,000. For a limited time, save 15% when you pre-order at motionsimulation.com. Prices exclude tax and shipping.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmett's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options, now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019. That's 513-847-0019. QC Kinetics, 847-0019.
You're tuned to News Radio 700, WLW.
Bearcats catch a break. Kicker Will Reichert missing wide left from 44 yards away. So Cincinnati is still down by 7. 4:47 left in the half. Bearcats won the toss and deferred, so Cincinnati will also get the ball to begin the third quarter. Alabama has had the ball 4 times. 3 of the 4 drives were 10 plays or more. Total plays so far, 37 for Bama, 18 for Cincinnati. Now, Alabama has had 1 more drive than Cincinnati. On the giant video board, they are showing Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who is here. Bearcat fans were booing him, and then Patrick Mahomes motioned for Travis Kelce to come jump into the picture, and now Bearcat fans are going nuts. My fondest wish is that Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes have a huge celebration of a Bearcats victory later tonight that leaves them a little bit loggy on Sunday afternoon. 1st and 10, Cincinnati from the 26. Ryan Montgomery in at running back. Pierce and Taylor go out to the left. Young and Scott out to the right. Scott motions a little bit closer to the formation. Ritter drops back to throw. Looking around. Pump fakes. Scrambling to the right. Has room to run, but he has to chuck it out of bounds. Now he gets hit very late. Cincinnati fans want to whistle as Christian Harris hit Dez after he got rid of the ball, but no penalty flag.
Yeah, actually, the ball actually was Tyler Scott made a play on the football, didn't go out of bounds, and it looked like he was trying to stay inbounds to catch it. Was unable to bring it in though.
2nd and 10 for the Bearcats at their own 26. Scott and Young out to the right. Alec Pierce out to the left. Bearcats have not been able to get it to Alec Pierce yet. Desmond Ritter 6 for his first 12. Jerome Ford back in at running back. Ritter throws to the left. There's Pierce with his first catch of the day, and he goes out of bounds with a gain of 5 to the 31.
Yeah, nice job. Just a little quick out. And again, those are the kind of things the Bearcats need to do on first down and put themselves in 2nd and short situations or 3rd and short. In this case, it's 3rd and 5. Not. It's one of those ones, kind of 3rd and medium, so to speak. You got to be able to convert here and keep this going for a number of reasons. Obviously, time running out here in the first half, and you want to keep your defense off the field as well.
The Bearcats trying to avoid their 3rd straight 3 and out. They have 3 receivers in a triangle shape out to the right. Pierce out to the left. Single coverage. Press coverage on Alec Pierce out to the left. Ritter back to throw. His pass over the middle is incomplete. Hard to tell who it was intended for. There was no receiver all that close to the ball where it wound up, and that is the 3rd consecutive 3 and out for the Bearcat offense.
Yeah, Lenny Taylor, I think, was the guy he was going to, but Taylor continued across the field, and in this particular case, Ritter threw it to a spot where he was going to settle down, and that didn't happen. So
Mason Fletcher into punt. Slade Bolden waiting back at the 28. No, they've changed returners. JoJo Earl missed the previous 3 games with an injury, is back to return this punt for Alabama. Pfeiffer snaps it back to Fletcher. Rugby-style punt, floated very high, end over end. Earl catches, loses the ball. Cincinnati dives after it inside the 15. There's a pile for the ball at the 12-yard line. No indication from the officials yet.
Oh, there you go. Just
Penalty
pulled him off
flags
the
have been
pile.
thrown.
Yeah, that's going to be on Alabama.
The officials still trying to determine who has the ball at the bottom of the pile.
One of the Alabama guys pulled Josh Wiley off the pile, and that's a 15-yard penalty.
Alabama has the ball. It was recovered by Jalen Moody after it was muffed by JoJo Earl.
Yeah, it's one thing you can't do. Everybody's down there fighting for that ball. I get there's a lot of stuff going on down there. You can't walk up to the pile and grab one of your opponents and pull them off the pile, no matter how many people are on the pile. So that's exactly what the flags, they came in immediately after that. Probably going to back Alabama up to, somewhere.
The result of the
6.
play is the ball was recovered by Alabama. After the play on sportsmanlike conduct, Alabama number 42. Half the distance to the goal, it's 1st and 10. That's number 42's first unsportsmanlike of the game.
Jalen Moody was called for the penalty after the muff by Earl. The Bearcats didn't have a great opportunity to recover. Alabama's going to start from the 6.
Yeah, Alabama had the ball immediately after the muff by Earl.
So this is the second consecutive drive where Alabama will begin from inside the 10. The first was at the 9. Drove all the way down for a field goal, try and missed from 44 yards out. See if Cincinnati can keep Alabama pinned inside the 10.
Yeah, tons of time for Alabama, and they've had those time-consuming drives already today. And as the stats doctor pointed out before, we'll bring it up again, Alabama's had 7 drives over 90 yards for touchdowns this year.
A pistol formation for Alabama on 1st and 10 from its own 6. Alabama leads 10-3. It's a run up the middle for Robinson. And Robinson will be toppled by Taylor and Van Fossen as he runs out to the 12 for 6 more yards. 108 in the first half for Brian Robinson.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you're gaining that kind of yardage on first down, it really makes things easy to call plays from here on out for Alabama.
Cincinnati's defensive line completely washed to one side on that run, making it an easy pickup for Robinson. Young back to throw under pressure. His pass is incomplete. Cincinnati has consistently put heat on Young when he's dropped back to throw, and now it's 3rd down and 4.
I.J. Sanders that time in his face, almost got to him. Bryce Young felt it, did a nice job with play-action fake. Sanders got there, made him throw it away. So here we go, 3rd and 4.
Wilson Huber checks in as a pass rush specialist linebacker. Right now, the noise level could raise the dead. It is 3rd down and 4. Young in the gun. 3:04 left in the half. He's back to pass. Has time, slings it, and it's caught for a first down. Just enough out to the 16-yard line to Jamison Williams.
Yeah, Williams literally, when he fell backwards, picked up the first down. He didn't have it where he caught it. Would have been about a yard shy, but he does a nice job, falls forward and gets it.
Little pick set by JoJo Earl. Now Alabama hands it off again, and Cincinnati's run defense much better this time. Curtis Brooks tackling Brian Robinson after a gain of a yard, maybe 2. Clock running with 2:42 left in the half.
5 catches for Jamison Williams, but only 25 yards on those 5. So far Cincinnati doing a decent job of keeping him in check as well.
2nd down and 8. Alabama at the 18-yard line. Bryce Young clapping his hands as he waits for the shotgun snap. He has the ball. Short drop, looking left, looks over the middle, steps forward, pitches it backward. Robinson takes off to the 25, 30, 35, 40. Arquan Bush shoves him out of bounds at the 42.
Yeah, just a last-minute decision there by Bryce Young to kind of underhand it out into the flat, almost like an option play. Cincinnati was on Young again, but he got it out there. Nice
24
job.
More yards for Brian Robinson.
Big play.
1:56 left in the half. Bryce Young back to throw. Fires it deep downfield. Caught. Ja'Cory Brooks with a catch. It'll be a first down in Bearcat territory at the Cincinnati 44.
Yep, had twins over there. That was on Brian Cook was the guy, got hooked up one-on-one out there. Gardner was underneath. Cook was over the top. And just nice job by Bryce Young of laying it right over his head, over Gardner's head.
14 yards on the play. Back-to-back gains of 24 and 14. Alabama has flipped the field again. 1:49 left in the half. Bryce Young will look to throw again. From the pocket, fires, and it's incomplete and nearly picked off by Arquan Bush.
Boy, that would have been a pick 6. JoJo Early was over there. He came into the inside, and much like we saw Desmond Ridder do previously, Bryce Young thought he was going to just hook up into the window there, but he kept coming to the inside. That created the situation where Arquan Bush almost picked it off.
2nd and 10 at the Bearcat 44. Alabama up by 7. 1:44 left in the half. Young scans the defense as he waits for the shotgun snap. The sophomore from Pasadena, California, says something to the running back to his left, Robinson. Now Young has the ball. He's back to throw again. He's going to loop one down the sideline. Caught on the run at the 15. Diving for the pylon. And it is a touchdown for Ja'Cory Brooks.
Got him in a man situation. He had the matchup they wanted. It was him and Arquan Bush. And just floated in there nicely by Bryce Young. Protected well by his offensive line. Threw it perfectly. And nice job that time by Brooks of putting the ball over the pylon as well. So well thrown, well executed by Alabama.
A 44-yard touchdown pass. Bryce Young to Ja'Cory Brooks. Just his second career touchdown catch. Filling in for the injured John Mechie and making some big plays here in the first half. 1:36 left in the half. The extra point by Reichard is good, and Alabama has gone up by 2 touchdowns, 17-3.
Sure did, and well executed there. We talked about the play action that Alabama would try to set up. They had it there. Cincinnati with a blitz, Alabama caught Cincinnati blitzing, knew that they had man, did a really nice job of executing that play and putting Ja'Cory Brooks one-on-one with Arquan Bush, the slot corner. He got a step or two on him, laid in there very nicely by Bryce Young.
Alabama started from the 6, and in 8 plays, zooms down the field 94 yards for the touchdown. It took 2:03 off the clock. The final play, the 44-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Young to Ja'Cory Brooks. Well, the Bearcats have an opportunity now for back-to-back possessions. Down by 14. They'll get the ball with 1:36 on the clock. See if they can do something with it, and then they'll get the ball again to begin the third quarter.
And that's the key right there, Dan. They've got to do something with it. Only 72 total yards in the first half so far for Cincinnati.
3:02 for Alabama. Here comes the kickoff. It will be fielded at the 1. Tyler Scott runs it back. Far side numerals to the 20, 25, 30, 35, and all the way out to the 40-yard line. So the Bearcats will start from the 40 with 1:27 on the clock and 2 timeouts to work with.
Well, there you go. That's one of the things I brought up in the beginning, and the key is stretch the returns. Maybe you don't break one for a touchdown, but get the ball out beyond the 30, 35. In this case, Tyler Scott gets it all the way out to the 40. Now all of a sudden, with just a little bit of time left in the half, you're thinking, hey, we got a great opportunity. There's a confidence builder there that you got enough time to take this ball down and score before halftime.
39 yards on the run back by Tyler Scott. He's one of 3 receivers out to the right, along with Young and Wiley. Alec Pierce out to the left. Ford in the backfield with Desmond Ridder. 1:27 on the clock. Short pass caught. Young put his knee on the ground to make the catch, and as a result, it's just a 4-yard gain. Yeah. Cincinnati will run to the line as the clock runs with 1:15 to go.
I'll let it go. The ball was low, and he had no choice but to go down and make the catch that way.
2nd and 6. The Cats at their own 44. Ridder is ready. Has the football and drops back. Rush coming. Dez gets away, sprinting up the middle of the field to the 50, and tackled from behind by Anderson at the Alabama 47. The clock will stop to move the sticks with 58 seconds left after a 9-yard scramble by Ridder.
Yep, Cincinnati gets to the line quickly. We're ready to go as the clock starts moving again.
55 seconds left in the half. Cincinnati down by 2 touchdowns. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Ridder drops back to pass. He's going to fire toward the right sideline, and the back shoulder throw incomplete, intended for Alec Pierce, stopping the clock with 47 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, Dan, you talked about the coaching staff at Alabama, and you mentioned Marrone and you mentioned O'Brien. But how about the defensive staff there, realizing what Cincinnati was in there? 3 guys over on Alec Pierce that time. There's no way, Alex had a great year, and certainly we hope he can do some more in this game, but they really knew that play was coming.
Bearcats need to gain about 20 more yards to be within comfortable field goal range for Cole Smith. Bearcats have 2 receivers left, 1 out to the right. Ridder catches the shotgun snap from the pocket, throws too high for Lenny Taylor, and incomplete, stopping the clock with 42 seconds left in the half, and it's 3rd down and 10 at the Alabama 48.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there again. Lenny Taylor and Desmond Ridder having a little bit of issues there, trying to figure out what exactly each other is doing, and fortunately not intercepted, so 3rd and 10, big play here for the Bearcats.
3 receivers left, now one of them motions to the right. That's Lenny Taylor. 2-by-2 formation now for Cincinnati. Can the Bearcats protect to allow Dez to fire downfield on 3rd down and 10? 42 seconds left. Blitz coming for Alabama. The Bearcats picked it up fairly well, but nobody open, and Ritter gets swung to the ground. A 3-yard sack as he was brought down by a great-looking freshman, Dallas Turner.
Yeah, Turner really fought through traffic there to get to Ritter. Ritter sensed that he was going to get hit from behind, put his hand over the football, did a really nice job right at the end there as Turner hit him.
That leaves the clock winding down with 12 seconds left in the half. Alabama's not going to use a timeout. And the first half is going to come to an end.
That's the end of the first half.
The halftime score, Alabama.
They're bringing them back.
We've got a timeout called at the very end by Cincinnati.
Timeout at 1 second.
With 1 second left in the half. So the Bearcats are going to try for a Hail Mary in all likelihood on 4th down and 14 from midfield. Why not?
Please put 2 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah, both teams were kind of heading to the locker room, particularly Alabama, as Coach Fickle knew what he was doing there. Going to try that Hail Mary. Alabama was literally a third of the way off the field. Well, maybe not a third of the way, but a good percentage off the field heading to their locker room. And the official down there on that end, in the far end zone, the back judge, ran over and said, "Hey, guys, hold on. You got to come back to the field."
So 2 seconds put back on the clock as Cincinnati will line up and in all likelihood attempt a Hail Mary if Desmond Ritter is given enough time to get it off. We know Alec Pierce's ability to go up and make unbelievable catches on contested throws. Could be a good candidate on the Hail Mary. He's one of 3 receivers out to the left. Ritter in the shotgun with Jerome Ford in the backfield. Takes the snap. Clock hits 0. Ritter scrambling left and sacked by Will Anderson, the national leader in that category. He came into the game with 15 and a half. Make it 16 and a half as he sacks Ritter to end the half. There's an injured player down for Alabama, but he is okay. Our halftime score, Alabama 17, Cincinnati 3. We invite you to stay tuned for Mo Egger and the R&L Global Logistics Halftime Report presented by R&L Global Logistics, delivering domestic and international transportation services. Visit rlglobal.com. Again, the halftime score in the Cotton Bowl, Alabama 17, Cincinnati 3. On News Radio 700 WLW.
You already know R&L Carriers for delivering the best customer service and dependability in LTL. But did you also know R&L Carriers can manage your e-commerce, order fulfillment, and kitting needs through our state-of-the-art distribution centers located around the U.S. and overseas? Our global shipping specialists can guide you through the complexities of international shipping with our import-export, air, ocean, transborder, and customs brokerage services. Trust R&L Carriers with all your logistics needs. R&L Carriers, we really do ship anything, anywhere, anytime. Visit us at rlc.com to learn more.
Toyota Thon is on with year-end deals on 15 different all-wheel drive vehicles, including the rugged new Tacoma, with new vehicles arriving daily. Now through January 3rd, get $500 APR cash on an exciting new 22 Camry all-wheel drive and new all-wheel drive Sienna Hybrid when financed through TFS. Or get 1.9 APR financing on remaining new 21 all-wheel drive Venza hybrids with approved credit. Get details at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Encore Technologies and Norcom have partnered up to design, build, and secure your hybrid workforce with the latest technology solutions. Encore Technologies and Norcom can solve your technology needs. Visit Encore.tech and Norcom.com to find out how we can help.
I love making Domino's Pizza, but I'm so busy handcrafting pie after pie, I need someone to deliver it for me. Someone who can take my handcrafted pizza and get all the credit for it. And get tipped. You can apply at jobs.domino's.com. And I might too.
R&L Carriers has immediate career opportunities nationwide for line haul and city drivers, freight handlers, mechanics, and much more. Enjoy top competitive pay, full benefits, and vacation resorts exclusively for employees. Visit rlc.com or call 866-200-1600 today.
News, traffic, and weather News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
A famous actress dies just weeks away from her 100th birthday. I'm Matt Reese with the UC Halftime Report. Legendary actress and TV pioneer Betty White has died. She was 99 years old.
Authorities say she passed away in her home in Southern California this morning. Considered by millions to be an American treasure and seemingly ageless, a remarkable career spanning nearly 8 decades. Betty White, best known for her roles on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Golden Girls and so many others. Co-stars saying her sense of humor was sharp and quick. She was also a devoted animal rights activist. In an interview celebrating what would have been her birthday milestone, she said the secret to living a joyful life was to taste every moment.
In 2014, Betty White was at the Columbus Zoo for the official opening of the $30 million Heart of Africa exhibit. In fact, the entrance was named after her, Betty White Way. Last COVID report of 2021 from the state of Ohio, nothing to celebrate.
It's hard to know which number is more significant. Over 20,000 new cases of COVID in Ohio again Friday, pushing total infections since the pandemic began above 2 million. The state now averaging nearly 12,000 cases a day over the last 3 weeks. 667 new deaths reported as COVID mortality in Ohio is more than 29,000 people. And the state has hit a new record number of people currently in a hospital with the virus, 5,600. I'm Jack Crumley.
Wild weather ushers us into the new year. Rain and thunderstorms likely before 1 in the morning. We'll have a low of 54. New Year's Day, rain continues with thunderstorms, a high 58. New rainfall amounts between 1 and 2 inches possible. Saturday night, the rain continues, possibly a thunderstorm with a low 35. And then Sunday, a chance of rain and snow. Mostly cloudy, high 39. Sunshine Monday and 34. 59 degrees right now in Cincinnati. I'm Matt Reese with the UC Halftime Report.
News 24 hours a day. News Radio 700 WLW.
Get away in a hot new Hyundai Tucson during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Superior Hyundai North in Fairfield. Every new Hyundai is backed by America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and the Hyundai Assurance. Go to myhyundaidealer.com.
Hi, this is Trevor Jones with Robert Jones Plumbing, the world's friendliest plumbers. No job is too big or too small, whether it's a remodel, water leaking, or drains backed up. Give us a call at 513-353-2230. That's Robert Jones Plumbing, 513-353-2230.
Feel every turn. Lean into every curve. Motion simulation brings gaming to life. 4 simulators in one, with a seat that switches between driving positions. From sport racing and off-roading to stock cars and Formula cars. Used by World Championship racing drivers and esports teams, get the LC starting at $1,800 or the TL Series starting at $40,000. For a limited time, save 15% when you pre-order at motionsimulation.com. Prices exclude tax and shipping.
Watch all your favorite winners at the Holy Grail. Don't miss any of the college hoops action and enjoy bucket beer specials. Whenever your team plays Bearcats, Musketeers, or Wildcats, it's great food and great action all winter. The Holy Grail. Your search is over.
700 WLW.
Metal Supermarkets cuts the hassle out of getting the exact metal you need when you need it. If you need metal, they got it or they can get it. Cut to all shapes and sizes and ready fast. There's no minimum order. Now open Saturdays. Go to Cincinnati North at metalsupermarkets.com.
Your holiday celebration was fun. Until it wasn't. Got pulled over for a DUI? Contact Meadows Law Firm. With thousands of cases and 45 years of combined experience, Meadows Law Firm can handle the most complex DUI cases. Learn more at meadowslawfirm.com.
It's time for your breakthrough. Join the Glenny Glass team today. Glenny Glass in Milford is hiring production positions for first and second shifts. $16 to $17 per hour to start. Great benefits and job security. Go to glennyglass.com and apply now. glennyglass.com.
You know, cooking can be overwhelming. Let Montgomery Inn help with their new family packs. Complete with world-famous baby back ribs, sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, delicious barbecue chicken, mouth-watering Saratoga chips, and your choice of a refreshing salad or coleslaw. Plus, a whole pie for dessert. The ultimate family feast that you can enjoy in the comfort of your own home. Visit MontgomeryInn.com to start your order. Montgomery Inn is open Tuesday through Sunday.
Hey Cincinnati, it's Carly from Ohio Valley Antique Mall. While rooting for your team this weekend, be sure to shop local for sports memorabilia, bobbleheads, cornhole bags, and more at Ohio Valley Antique Mall. Open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
This is the RNL Global Logistics Halftime Report, brought to you in part by RNL Global Logistics, delivering domestic and international transportation services. Visit rlglobal.com.
Touchdown, Bearcats!
This is UC football from Learfield on 700 WLW, the home of the Bearcats.
The Alabama Crimson Tide have had their way with the UC Bearcats running the football. Brian Robinson with 134 yards on the ground. And Alabama at the half has 302 total yards, 172 on the ground as opposed to just 17 for Cincinnati. And the result at the half is Alabama leads the Bearcats in the Cotton Bowl by a score of 17-3. I'm Mo Egger with the RNL Global Logistics Halftime Report, sponsored by RNL Global Logistics. Only a couple of other college football games, not obviously a normal college football Saturday. 2 other bowl games this afternoon. Number 17, Wake Forest won the Gator Bowl against a fill-in opponent, Rutgers. The Demon Deacons knocking off the Scarlet Knights by a score of 38-10. And Central Michigan wins the Sun Bowl against Washington State by a score of 24-21. Later this evening, it's the other college football playoff semifinal matchup. The Orange Bowl will feature a game between number 3 Georgia and Michigan. The winner of this afternoon's game here in Arlington will take on the winner of that tilt tonight, a week from Monday, in the college football playoff national championship game. A Bengals update. Cincinnati wide receiver Trenton Irwin and Bengals cornerback Trey Waynes have been placed on the COVID-19 list. Bengals going through their final preparations in advance of Sunday's matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. That game at Paul Brown Stadium will be at 1 o'clock. A Bengals win. They wrap up the AFC North. Pre-game coverage from the Holy Grail starts on 700 WLW at 9:05. College basketball earlier today, number 18 Kentucky knocked off High Point by a score of 92-48. UK retiring the jersey number of former Wildcats head coach Tubby Smith, who is now the head man at High Point. Don't forget, we have Bearcats basketball tomorrow evening as Cincinnati hosts Tulane at Fifth Third Arena. That game is scheduled to tip off at 8 o'clock. You'll hear the game live on 700 WLW with pregame coverage starting at 7:30. The Bearcats trail by 14 in the Cotton Bowl. Alabama leading Cincinnati by a score of 17-3. We'll have a complete first half recap from Dan and Jim when we return here on 700 WLW.
Do you really want to go through another year with awful joint pain? Eddie here for QC Kinetics non-surgical regenerative treatments for joint pain, lasting results using natural biologics. No surgery, no pain meds or steroids, and no downtime. This is exciting stuff. Regenerative treatments that actually encourage your body to heal itself using highly concentrated natural biologics. Patients are raving about it for hip, knee, shoulder, and back pain relief. Don't let them keep giving you steroids, and don't let them tell you surgery is your only option. Get a free second opinion now at QC Kinetics and imagine life in the new year without pain. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics now, 513-847-0019, 513-847-0019, QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019.
Feel every turn. Lean into every curve. Motion simulation brings gaming to life. 4 simulators in one, with a seat that switches between driving positions. From sport racing and off-roading to stock cars and Formula cars. Used by World Championship racing drivers and esports teams, get the LC starting at $1,800 or the TL Series starting at $40,000. For a limited time, save 15% when you pre-order at motionsimulation.com. Prices exclude tax and shipping.
Hawksworth Blood Center will reward you with a $10 e-gift card via email when you make a life-saving blood or platelet donation at a neighborhood center today through December 31st. Visit hawksworth.org to schedule your life-saving donation. Hawksworth, saving lives close to home.
Hey, it's Mo Egger. If you're a new homeowner, congratulations. Now let me ask, who's going to service your home's electrical needs? Let Serval Electric be the go-to pros. 513-771-5584. 513-771-5584. One call, that's all. Serval.
News Radio 700 WLW.
It is halftime of the Cotton Bowl here at Jerry World. The Alabama Crimson Tide leading Cincinnati 17-3. Let's take a look at some first half stats. They're brought to you by Skyline Chili, the official chili of UC football. Feeling good. It's Skyline time. Well, Jim, with a score 17-3, you wouldn't expect the numbers to be very good where Cincinnati is concerned, but they might be even worse than people realize. Alabama with 302 yards in the first half. Cincinnati had 76 rushing yards, 172 to 17.
Yes, only one first down and 16 yards of offense in the second quarter. And now they gained a little bit more than that, but there was a couple of sacks at Desmond Ridder that took some yardage off there. But you're right, Dan. You look at the numbers, particularly 302 yards versus 76 yards, you think the score will be worse than 17-3. But Alabama moved the ball, as you stated, so well on the ground, 172 yards and 130 yards through the air. Now, that's respectable, and if you take away the long touchdown there at the end of the half, which was a 44-yarder to Ja'Cory Brooks, they really kept Bryce Young in check other than that giving up that big play at the end. So, but offensively, Cincinnati's got to figure out what to do. They've got to keep their defense off the field and move the football, obviously. They're going to get the ball here in the second half, but getting some points here on this first drive of the second half is critical to staying in this football game.
And that's been something the Bearcats have done very well. They've scored touchdowns on their first drive of the second half in 4 out of their last 5 games and in 7 out of 13 this season. So that's exactly what they need to get the ball to begin the third quarter and get right back into the thick of the game.
Yeah, they got a nice return after that touchdown by Tyler Scott that put him out to the 40. But they weren't able to get the ball over the 50. And here's a stat that just looked at is the plays past midfield. Okay, so once you cross midfield, your plays. Alabama 20 plays past midfield. Cincinnati only 8. So they really kind of hurt themselves. Even on that after that kickoff return out to the 40, they weren't even able to get across the 50-yard line. So offensively, they've got to get something going, and then secondly, defensively, they've got to stop the run. And they were able to stop the run a little bit there, and boy, Bryce Young just threw a dime in that last touchdown, that 44-yard touchdown to Ja'Cory Brooks.
Alabama thoroughly dominated the half and had some good fortune. They muffed the punt, bounced right back to Alabama. They were able to recover it. Alec Pierce was wide open for a possible touchdown on the opening drive. Got deflected at the line. It's a good play by Alabama, obviously,
sure.
But it's going to take great play by Cincinnati and maybe a couple of breaks in the second half as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the muffed punt. I mean, there's a break right there that didn't fall the Bearcats' way. It's one of those things where the ball literally bounced back immediately into the returner's hands. Well, I shouldn't say into his hands. He had to go to the ground, but it was right there, and there was never any chance, even with a pile of 6 or 7 people there grabbing for it, to get that ball out of there. So, yeah, you're going to need a little bit of breaks. And the other thing, Dan, is, you talk about the ball batted down that Pierce would have had a touchdown on. There was a couple of other situations where Cincinnati was close to intercepting Bryce Young and just in the wrong spot by maybe a yard or two. So they're getting close, but it is going to take a little bit of fortune. But at the same time, they need to play better as well.
The Bearcats' biggest come-from-behind win this year was from a 14-point deficit. They did that at Indiana, so they've done it before. They've not done it against a team like Alabama, but we'll see if they can pull it off today. Again, our halftime score, Alabama 17, Cincinnati 3. The Alabama Marching Band performing as we speak. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment. You're listening to the Cotton Bowl presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
There's a reason Honda East is one of the top Honda power equipment dealers in the nation for service. And it all began with... If you had a generator, you would have heard the rest of that story. And if you had a Honda power equipment generator, you wouldn't even have heard it running because they work so silently. Don't stay in the dark any longer. Visit Honda East to shop the best generators and power equipment today. Beachmont at I-275 or HondaEast.PowerDealer.Honda.com.
Feel every turn. Lean into every curve. Motion simulation brings gaming to life. 4 simulators in one, with a seat that switches between driving positions. From sport racing and off-roading to stock cars and Formula cars. Used by World Championship racing drivers and esports teams, get the LC starting at $1,800 or the TL Series starting at $40,000. For a limited time, save 15% when you pre-order at motionsimulation.com. Prices exclude tax and shipping.
Hey, it's Lance McAllister to tell you about the best deal of the year from Cincinnati Bell. For a limited time, get your first month of Fioptics Internet free. And if you sign up for 1 gig Internet, you get up to $150 off a connected home device of your choice. Choose from the growing lineup at Cincinnati Bell stores from brands like Sonos, Google Nest, Ring, Apple, and more. Don't miss this limited time holiday offer for 1 month of free Fioptics Internet and up to $150 in savings. Visit your local Cincinnati Bell store or cincinnatibell.com/150 for details.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
Alabama leads Cincinnati by 2 touchdowns at halftime. 17-3 is the score. We're still a little more than 4 minutes away from the start of the third quarter, and the Bearcats will be getting the ball to begin the third. One of the greatest statements of what a phenomenal coach Nick Saban has been at Alabama is how Alabama does in the semifinals of these 14 playoffs. They've won their last 5 semifinal games to get to the national championship, and they've won those 5 games by 20.2 points. They beat Michigan State by 38. They beat Washington by 17. They beat Oklahoma by 11. They beat Notre Dame by 17. They beat Clemson by 18. So the Bearcats, in a way, are in good company, but we've got a long way to go. Cincinnati down by 14 at halftime.
Yeah, and the other semifinals, and if you look at the average point spread, has not been close either. Of course, I think LSU, they play Oklahoma, where they were up 49-0 at halftime a few years ago, Joe Burrow's senior year.
63-28 was the final.
I don't remember. It was 49-zip or 49-7 at halftime. So, there's, games like that skew the average, but your point's well taken. Alabama's really put people away in this semifinal game.
The only time Alabama has lost in the semifinals of the 4-team playoff was in the very first one back in 2014. And Luke Fickell was on the opposite sideline as the defensive coordinator at Ohio State. As Ohio State, then the number 4 seed, knocked off top-seeded Alabama 42-35. And the Buckeyes, of course, went on to win the national championship.
Yep, and that came up quite a bit this week that Luke Fickell had played against Alabama, and not played, but coached against them, and certainly knew what the college football playoffs were all about, and believed that helped him get his team ready. And quite honestly, Dan, I don't look at this, this game, the magnitude of this game, being something that's keeping the Bearcats down right now. Quite honestly, I think it's Alabama that, is their biggest challenge. This is a good football team, and I'm not saying Cincinnati's played perfect, obviously, with 76 total yards from an offense that averaged pretty close to 400 this year. They haven't performed the way they need to, and they're going to have to turn that around here real quickly.
We said on our radio show last night, and it was reiterated by some of the former Bearcats that joined us on that show, that this game was likely to be decided in the trenches. Let's face it, in the first half, Alabama was dominant up front.
Coach Fickell said that, and we had Ray Woodside, who is an offensive lineman who played for the Bearcats and then played in the NFL for a while. And his son Colin is an offensive lineman as well, and he wholeheartly agreed that this would be one on the defensive line. And quite honestly, right now, Alabama's winning both sides of the ball. Clearly their offensive line is manhandled Cincinnati's defensive front. And I don't know that it's necessarily the defensive line that's gotten the Ritter so much. They've done a nice job of hiding their blitzes and mixing it up, but they've been able to get the Ritter, so you got to call that the defensive front that's been able to get to him, and that's created some issues for sure.
3 sacks in the first half for Alabama, 1 for Cincinnati. This is a little bit reminiscent of a game that Cincinnati won, but struggled to win, the Tulsa game, when the Golden Hurricane rushed for 297 yards. Alabama on a pace to run for more than 300 in this game with 172 in the first half.
Yeah, that's got to change. And I know I've beat that horse pretty dead already, that Cincinnati needs to make adjustments to stop the run. but it's clearly got to stop because twofold. Number one, Alabama is just taking the ball down the length of the field that way, and secondly, they're chewing up a ton of clock, and when you're 2 touchdowns behind, even though you have big play potential and you have playmakers on offense like Cincinnati does when they're humming, you cannot afford to let this clock eat you up, and Alabama's doing a really good job at chewing up time right now.
Alabama lost 2 key players in the SEC championship game, including wide receiver John Mechie. Mechie with 96 catches this year for more than 1,000 yards. And he was the third down guy for Alabama. 25 of his 96 catches came on third down this year. They really haven't missed him. Ja'Cory Brooks has done a nice job hauling in the long touchdown pass. And Slade Bolden stepped up and caught the first touchdown pass.
Yeah, again, Slade Bolden's a guy that didn't get a lot of catches throughout the year, hadn't had a lot of catches throughout the year. Did a nice job there. He has 2 catches for 16 yards in that 1 touchdown. I take that back, 24 yards in the 1 touchdown, so nice job by him. Bearcats have done a good job on Jamison Williams. He's caught 5 passes, but for only 25 yards, so they've kept him in check. And here we go with half number 2.
Alabama also lost one of its top cornerbacks in the SEC championship, Josh Jobe. Fortunately for Alabama, Jalen Armour-Davis came back from injury in time for this game. He had missed the previous 2. And the combination on the outside corner spots, Jalen Armour-Davis and true freshman Kool-Aid McKinstry, they've been excellent. Will Reichard getting set to kick it off. Last time he kicked off, Cincinnati ran it back 39 yards to the 40.
You know what was interesting about that is they clearly wanted to get the ball away from Trey Tucker and kicked it towards Tyler Scott.
This kick headed toward Tucker. He's in the end zone and he will not bother to catch. It's about 5 yards deep, meaning Desmond Ridder and company will start from the 25-yard line. Dez under 50% in the first half, 8 out of 17, 59 yards, sacked 3 times.
Yeah, and Danny, he really looked uncomfortable in the pocket there. Now Alabama was getting some pressure on him, but in spots where you could see him move around in the pocket or buy himself some time with his legs, he really kind of just stuck in the pocket there and created, I won't say he created those sacks, but the sacks got to him. So it's going to have to be a little bit more mobile. He and Lenny Taylor in particular need to get on the same page.
Down linemen Brian Young, Fedarian Mathis, and DJ Dale have been excellent for Alabama. 1st and 10 catch from the 25. Ridder fakes a handoff to Young, runs to the left, he'll take off, and it's a nice gain on the first play of the 3rd quarter. Ridder runs for about 9, and the player that tackled him, strong safety Jordan Battle, comes up limping.
I'm telling you what, nice job there by Michael Young. It was an RPO. The Bearcats run that play all the time. They can do it to their tight ends. They can do it to their wideouts. And Young, right at the right time, kind of called off the pass and went up the field and blocked for Ridder that allowed him to get to the outside and pick up the 9.5 yards.
So Battle, the guy that made the tackle, dropped back into the secondary as the Bearcats were ready to run a play on 2nd and 1, and then he dropped to his backside as an indication that he is hurt, and the training staff has to come out and take a look. So Alabama is going to lose starting member of the secondary and a second-team All-American, safety Jordan Battle, for at least a play.
Yeah, they're looking at his right knee. And that's what they tell you. If you know you're hurt, or even if you're hurt a little bit, and you can't get yourself off the field, which Battle's getting up now, is dropped to the ground. Oh, he's limping pretty badly. Well,
yeah, he needs help from the training staff.
He's
making his way toward the sideline. Battle had a 42-yard pick 6 that basically wrapped up the SEC championship win in the 4th quarter over Georgia. He's walking under his own power, but with a very noticeable limp.
They're taking him straight to the tent, to the healthcare tent.
There's always a 5-star recruit ready to step in at Alabama.
Yep.
Daniel Wright is into the game. 2nd and 1 Cincinnati after a 9-yard run by Ridder. The ball on the left hash. Pierce goes out to the left. Young and Scott out to the right. It's a running play up the middle, and Jerome Ford didn't get much, but he got the yard. He's pulled down by Byron Young after a 2-yard gain and a Cincinnati first down.
Okay, so 20 seconds into the 3rd quarter, the Bearcats matched their 2nd quarter first down total with one. So nice job by Cincinnati in moving the chains.
Ritter drops back 5 yards behind Renfro as he waits for the shotgun snap. Tightly bunched formation for UC. Nobody out wide. Ritter back to throw. Has time, steps into the throw, and it's a first down connection. Out to the 44-yard line as Scott makes the catch for Cincinnati.
Dan, I think he's about 1 yard shy, maybe not quite a yard, but they are not going to give it to him. He came back to the football, which is a good thing because when you have tight coverage like that, you don't want to sit and wait on the football because it can get knocked away. In this case, Tyler Scott did the right thing, came back and gave the Bearcats their second time in this drive so far of a 2nd and 1.
Cincinnati has the ball at the 44-yard line. Opening drive of the second half for the Bearcats. Ritter in the gun, Ford to his right. Ritter wants to throw his pass. Caught near the 50. And it'll be a first down at the Alabama 48. Tyler Scott with his second catch in a row.
Yeah, good coverage there by Brian Branch, but he couldn't get his head turned around enough. So nice read by Ritter and a great job by Tyler Scott of catching that football and picking up the first down.
Long sideways throw.
It was
from
a long
Desmond
one.
Ritter.
Yep.
From the right hash to the left sideline. So the Bearcats have driven into Alabama territory after that 7-yard connection. Ritter in the gun, Ford to his left. Scott motions closer to the formation. Ritter fakes a handoff to Ford, wants to throw. It's caught downfield on the far sideline. Alec Pierce will pick up the first down at the Alabama 36, a gain of 12.
Yeah, this is a phase of the Cincinnati offense that I really like. And they don't run it all the time. And again, sometimes it's opponents taking it away from you. But this short passing game, the Bearcats are utilizing right here in this drive so far is excellent. Excellent for the Bearcats.
3 straight completions for Desmond Ritter. The Bearcats have it 1st and 10 at the 36 of Alabama. Ritter claps his hands, hands it off to Ford. He's got a hole running right, and he knocks Alabama defenders backward before running down to the 27 for a 9-yard gain.
Well, offensively, the Bearcats certainly have made some adjustments, and Jerome Ford right there with a nice job and not only hit the hole quickly, got some yardage, finished strong by running through somebody. So here we are again, 2nd and 1, 3 times in a row in this drive. 2nd and 1.
Jordan Battle is back in at safety for Alabama. 2nd and 1 for the Bearcats. At the 26 of Alabama, Ritter takes off on a design quarterback run, and he appears to have the first down at the 25 of the Crimson Tide.
Sure does. Didn't need much. Again, 2nd and 1. Didn't get much. Took a shot there at the end, too, as he obviously carried it forward. Now, take that back. Just tried to strip the football, so it wasn't as much of a shot as it was trying to get the ball out of his hands.
Tyree Jackson trying to rip it away after Desmond Ritter was already on the
I guess
ground.
that's the point I was trying to make. It looked like he was on the ground and took a shot there. It wasn't a vicious shot by any means, but it was definitely late.
The ball spotted at the Alabama 24, so the Cats have driven from their own 25 to the Bama 24, down by 2 touchdowns. Ritter with a quick throw, lobs it toward the near sideline. The catch is made, and decent pickup on first down to the Alabama 20. A 4-yard pickup on the short lob to running back Jerome Ford.
I like the way Ritter got it out of his hands quickly that time to Ford, just on a little loop. Wasn't quite a wheel route all the way. He was covered, but floated out there nicely. Nice little touch pass. Didn't pick up a lot. Well, they give him 5.
Yeah, give him 1 more yard. A 5-yard gain down to the 19. So the Bearcats are in the Toyota red zone, trailing 17-3. Ritter hands it off, and Ford is stopped right away.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that time Alabama sent their safeties up the gut on a run blitz. Well, at least one of them moved the second one over in case it was a pass, but they played run all the way there, absolutely all the way.
Big play coming up, 3rd down and 5 at the Alabama 19-yard line. Cincinnati trailing 17-3. Ritter in the gun. Now the Bearcats will shift. Michael Young will move into the slot on the left inside of Alec Pierce. Ritter catches the shotgun snap. He's going to float it for the end zone, and it is incomplete. Thrown toward the back left pylon, and Young was about 1 yard into the end zone when the ball hit the ground.
Yeah, not thrown perfectly. Michael Young, I thought maybe he could fight back to the inside and at least pick up an interference call. but that ball was thrown pretty far to the inside, so he didn't have that chance. So we'll
Fourth
get
down
another
and
field goal
5,
attempt.
and Cincinnati will settle for a Cole Smith field goal attempt. Bearcats took 5 minutes off the clock to begin the third quarter. And this will be a 37-yard attempt from the right hash for senior Cole Smith from Middletown. He's 1 for 1 today. The right-footed kick on its way. It looks perfect, and it is good. So a healthy Cole Smith returning to the Bearcat lineup in a big way today, as he has provided all 6 Cincinnati points on field goals of 33 and 37. We'll take a timeout. 9:57 left in the third quarter. It's Alabama 17, Cincinnati 6. You're listening to the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Evolving education for a changing world. Earn a Master of Science in Marketing and work at your own pace with University of Cincinnati Online from the Lindner College of Business, and graduate in as little as 1 year with one of the most affordable tuition rates in the country, 6 convenient start dates, and a faculty who provide personalized attention to each and every student. Get the world-class, life-changing, career-transforming degree you deserve without sacrificing work and family commitments. Apply now at online.uc.edu/MSM.
Lance McAllister here. Did you pay a big repair bill on your existing heating and air system this year? Well, it's buyback days at Arling House Plumbing, Heating, and Air. They'll buy your repair bill back this year up to $1,500 towards the purchase of select Arling House Complete System. Call Arling House 859-727-9000.
Whenever you're feeling good and hungry, it's Skyline time.
Skyline cheese conies are amazing. That steamed bun, chili, and cheese just melts in your mouth. Give me 3 cheese conies all the way, and I'm a happy camper. That's it. I'm going to Skyline right now.
Together, at last, it's Skyline time.
Catch UC in Tulane tomorrow night at 6:30 on 700 WLW and the 700 WLW live stream on the iHeartRadio app.
Just as they did on their first drive of the game, the Bearcats' first drive of the third quarter results in a field goal. They drove inside the Toyota red zone, this time settling for a 37-yard kick by Cole Smith. It was an 11-play, 56-yard drive. Took 5 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock. Desmond Ritter 4 for 5 on the drive. The Bearcats averaging just under 9 yards on their first down plays on that drive, and that was a big improvement on most of their drives in the first half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's the only downside of the whole thing, is you couldn't keep it going and get the ball into the end zone for 7. But the Bearcats really took advantage of first down in that drive. And 3 consecutive 2nd and 1s that they kept the chains moving, and then that kind of fell apart when Alabama stopped Jerome Ford for a 1-yard gain. And Bearcats weren't able to get another first down, had to kick the field goal. But nice to be able to count on field goals right now.
Field goal has pumped some life into the Cincinnati fans. Alex Bales ready to kick it off. Approaching the ball at the 35-yard line. Jamison Williams hoping to return. This kick will be caught at the goal line and run back. Williams sprinting to the 15, where he is drilled by Ty Van Fossen. What a hit in kick coverage.
Man, outstanding kick coverage. Well done by Cincinnati. Van Fossen, of course, from the same high school Luke Fickle went to, St. Francis de Sales in Columbus, Ohio. Outstanding job, man. When you can stop him inside the 15, and Jamison Williams will think the next time, not just because of the hit he took, he did take a vicious hit, but secondly, is that's 10 yards behind where they would have got if he fair catches the ball or just stays in the end zone.
The third time Alabama has started deep in its own territory, but that didn't faze the Crimson Tide the previous 2 times. Alabama up 17-6. The first play is a run to the right. Robinson looks for a cutback lane, and Brian Cook is there to make the stop after a 2-yard run.
Yeah, we mentioned Alabama was coming into the game 7 90-yard plus touchdown drives. They converted one here as well. This time they wouldn't be a 90, but nice job on first down there.
Alabama goes tempo again on 2nd and 8. They give it to Robinson again. Gaping hole left side. Jumps away from a tackler around his ankles. Sprints up the near sideline and runs out of bounds at the 35 yard line.
Yeah, the tempo is hurting Cincinnati. They are not getting set. Here they go again.
18 for Robinson. He's up to 148 in the game. On 1st and 10, they give it to him again. And this time, Myjai Sanders is there along with Deshaun Pace. Robinson pulled down after a 1-yard gain at the 36.
Okay, well, Alabama substituting here, so they'll take a little bit more time to call a play after Cincinnati was able to stop them there. But the tempo and Robinson are really hurting Cincinnati.
Robinson out, Trey Sanders in. 2nd down and 8 for Alabama. Closer to 9 at the 36. Pistol formation for the Crimson Tide. Young with a handoff to the right. Sanders stacked up. And he is tackled by Myjai Sanders and also Pace. Not much on that run. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7.5.
Yeah, not much at all there. Great job by Cincinnati. Here's where you've got to make it pay off and force a punt. Alabama came in 54% on 3rd down conversions, just under that today at 50.
Jamison Williams is not in the game after that big hit on the kick return. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. Young in the gun with Trey Sanders in the backfield with him. Bryce Young claps his hands, catches the shotgun snap, under pressure, rolling right. Young knocked out of bounds by Will Huber. Close to the line of scrimmage. I think it's going to be a sack.
It is.
And Alabama will have to punt.
Yeah, he actually lost a yard or 2. We'll see where they spot it. Will Huber's 2nd sack of the year. That was definitely a pass. It was not a quarterback run. A design quarterback run, I mean. Yep.
A 2-yard sack on the play. Excellent coverage by the Bearcats. And here comes punter James Burnett.
Tyler Scott was able to stretch a kickoff right there prior to halftime. Can Ryan Montgomery stretch a punt return?
He waits at the 25-yard line for Burnett's punt. Nealon Hibbert snaps it back. This is a line drive. It looks returnable. Montgomery starts from the 18, runs to the 20, near sideline 25, and pulled out of bounds near the 30. Cincinnati wants a horse collar.
Yep.
Don't see a flag. Montgomery out at the 29.
Yeah, exactly, but that's exactly what I was talking about. Not a huge return, but you got more yardage than you would normally get or what you average throughout the year. So nice job, Ryan Montgomery.
46 yards on the line drive punt, 11 yards on the return, and the Bearcats will have the ball at their own 29 when we come back. 7:03 left in the 3rd quarter. It's Alabama 17, Cincinnati 6. And you're listening to the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that the widely used non-contact thermometers are not accurate and have high probabilities for false negative readings. New COVID strands are on the rise, and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters most. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Don't wait. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Peloton is bringing so much new for the new year. With the Peloton Bike, you get access to new classes and new artist series. Punch up your power with Peloton Boxing. Work out to your favorite music with 100 plus artist series classes. For a limited time, experience it all with the $550 value offer on the Peloton Bike, including $300 off the bike, plus free setup and delivery. A $250 value. Terms apply.
Mike Castrucci Chevrolet has one of the largest selections on the ground of new Silverados, Blazer, and Traverse. Sales open New Year's Eve till 6 p.m., New Year's Day, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss the year-end sales event at Mike Castrucci Chevrolet.
EverDry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair has been repairing homes in the tri-state for 36 years under the same name and ownership. Hey, Gary Sullivan here. EverDry is the hometown company I've been recommending for over 30 years. Call EverDry Waterproofing today.
700 WLW.
Ryan Robinson had another long run on that drive for Alabama, 17-yarder. He's up to 156 rushing yards in the game, but the Bearcat defense able to force Alabama to punt. And after the 11-yard return by Ryan Montgomery, the Cats will start from their 29-yard line. They trail Alabama 17-6. We're midway through the third quarter.
Well, they need to pick up where they left off offensively in the last drive where they moved the ball down the field. Unfortunately, fizzled as they got to the red zone and had to settle for the second Cole Smith field goal of the day. But the way they incorporated the short passing game, a little bit of running by Desmond Ridder as well as Jerome Ford and Ryan Montgomery also. Be nice to see them continue that. That's what they're going to have to do.
Bearcats will have Trey Tucker and Tyler Scott in the game out to the left. Josh Wiley and Alec Pierce out to the right. As Ridder stands back at the 24, waiting for the shotgun snap. Jerome Ford, the running back. Alabama has shut down the former Alabama runner. 8 carries, 34 yards today. Decent average, actually, 4.3 per attempt, but not a big cumulative number thus far. From the 29, Ridder is ready. Catches the shotgun snap. Quick pass, long throw out toward the left numerals, and it's dropped by Tyler Scott.
Yeah, he had to go to his knees. It was low, but not a problem. It would have been a 7-yard pickup. Tyler let it come into his body, and that's one thing that can kind of throw you off as a receiver. You get that ball out there, it hits you in the stomach or the chest, shoulder pads, whatever, and it bounces off, and that's what happened.
On the far side of the field with the ball on the right hash, Alabama is giving Cincinnati's receivers a big cushion, making that kind of an easy completion, but it does take a long throw. 2nd and 10 for the Cats at their own 29. They send 3 receivers out to the left, Alec Pierce out to the right. Ridder set, catches the shotgun snap. He'll hand it off to Ford, and Jerome Ford showing the leg strength as he runs to the 35. He was grabbed by cornerback Kyrie Jackson at the line of scrimmage and was able to lug him for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, here we go. Big third down. The Bearcats started this game 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but 0-6 after that. Now we're sitting at 4 out of 9. I'm sorry, take that back. 2 out of 8 on the day. So there you go.
Ridder is 12 for 23 overall. He's thrown for 92 yards. On third down and 4 from the 35. Dez is set. Fakes clapping his hands. Now he has the ball. Rolls out to the left. Cocks the arm. Throws. Incomplete. Intended for Tucker. Near the line to gain. Or did he make the catch but come down short of the first down?
No, I don't think he caught it. I don't think he caught it.
Picked up the ball. I think
it was knocked away. Yeah, it was knocked away. So, definitely knocked away.
So it's incomplete. Cincinnati with a 3 and out, and the Bearcats will have to punt.
Yeah, so now 0 for their last 7 on third down conversions.
And that was their 4th 3 and out of the day. Fletcher will punt. Slade Bolden will return. He waits at the 25 for Alabama. The freshman from Australia ready for the long snap.
Delay a game, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So the Bearcats did not snap it quickly enough. They'll go backward 5 yards before Mason Fletcher punts it away.
Yeah, it sure doesn't help when you are Alabama's trying to flip the field.
Fletcher waits at the 15 for the long snap from Kason Pfeiffer. Snap is good. Rugby style punt. Launched down the middle of the field. Bolden calls for a fair catch. And in a thicket of players makes the catch around the 26-yard line. 44 yards on the punt. No return. Alabama's ball at the 26. We'll take a timeout. 6:03 left in the third quarter. Alabama 17, Cincinnati 6. This is the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Little Miami Brewing Company and their new event center have great views of the Little Miami for game day or any day. Their lunch and dinner menu is amazing, and I love their delicious craft beers. Check out their winter concerts, too. Little Miami Brewing on Old Mill Street in Milford.
Has it been a while since you evaluated your printer fleet for security and compliance? It's not too late. Modern Office Methods, an authorized Recode dealer, can help protect your organization from malicious malware attempts by securing your printers today. As you safeguard your printer output, you can effectively reduce your risk of document and data loss, lower print cost, scan workflows, and keep confidential information protected and accessible. Take action now. Learn more at momnet.com today.
Hi, this is Trevor Jones with Robert Jones Plumbing, the world's friendliest plumbers. No job is too big or too small, whether it's a remodel, water leaking, or drains backed up. Give us a call at 513-353-2230. That's Robert Jones Plumbing, 513-353-2230.
You already know R&L Carriers for delivering the best customer service and dependability in LTL. But did you also know R&L Carriers can manage your e-commerce, order fulfillment, and kitting needs through our state-of-the-art distribution centers located around the U.S. and overseas. Our global shipping specialists can guide you through the complexities of international shipping with our import-export, air, ocean, transborder, and customs brokerage services. Trust R&L Carriers with all your logistics needs. R&L Carriers, we really do ship anything, anywhere, anytime. Visit us at rlc.com to learn more.
You're tuned to News Radio 700 WLW.
6 minutes, 3 seconds left, third quarter here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. It is Alabama 17, Cincinnati 6. Bearcats began the third quarter with a scoring drive. They got a field goal. They forced Alabama to punt. A golden opportunity to really get back into it. And Cincinnati, unfortunately, had to punt it right back to Alabama. Only took about a minute off the clock. And the Crimson Tide will start from the 26.
And that's the third drive today. The Bearcats have had 3 plays and only picked up 1 yard. So it's they've had those 3 and outs have really hurt them today.
So Alabama's offense trots onto the field from the far sideline. And Brian Robinson will be the running back. 20 carries, 156 yards. He's approaching his career high of 171 earlier this year against Ole Miss. That was the game where he carried it 36 times. He'll line up to the left of Bryce Young on 1st and 10 from the 26. Young has thrown for 130 and 2 touchdowns. The sophomore quarterback fakes a handoff, runs to the left. He's at the 30 and trots out of bounds without being touched at the 33.
Yeah, nice job there. Little zone read, kept the ball. Sauce Gardner went to the inside and got himself caught up in traffic. Couldn't get it back to the outside. Brian Cook was over there. Gardner follows up, push him out of bounds, but picked up a good 6 yards.
Second down for Alabama. The ball at the 33-yard line. Shotgun snap to Young. Drops back to throw. Now swings it out into the flat. It is caught. Nice tackle in space at the 30-yard line made by Arquan Bush after Ja'Cory Brooks made the catch. It's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, that's a loss of a yard. Nice job there by Arquan Bush. I mean, that's a tough tackle. One-on-one like that in space. Woo.
3rd down and 6 for Alabama. The Cincinnati fans trying to make it impossible for Alabama to hear. 5:04 left in the third. Cincinnati down 17-6. Young looking to pass. Throws over the middle into traffic. Incomplete.
Intercepted.
Picked off. It is picked off by Cook. And Cincinnati will take over near midfield. It was overthrown, and Cook was waiting to intercept Young's throw.
So he was hard to see because Bearcats have white jerseys on, and the Cotton Bowl logo in the middle of the field has a lot of white on it. Brian Cook was on his knees as that ball was overthrown. It was the pressure up front that caused Bryce Young to kick it. And man, Brian Cook right there on the spot. Nice
Second
job.
interception of the year for Cook. And the Bearcats come away with their first takeaway. It's their 30th of the year. They were number 2 in the country in takeaways, number 3 in interceptions. That was Cincinnati's 19th.
Only the 5th interception of the year for Bryce Young.
Desmond Ridder under center on 1st and 10. The Cats at their own 49. Dez, toss sweep to the right, and Jerome Ford, penalty flag down. Ford makes it to the 50 for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, so Josh Wiley got away with moving there. He pretended he jumped, but he pretended like he was in. He pretended like he was going to go in motion, and I don't think he was set long enough as the motion man came across the field. Here's the call.
Illegal shift on the offense.
Yep.
2 players moving, and both did not get reset. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That was Wiley's fault. Now, what he did, had he jumped, that would have been a dead ball foul. He got back and sat down, but he didn't wait long enough. Well, I take that back. The motion man didn't wait long enough. But whoever the motion man was, and my bad for not knowing that, he didn't know Wiley had moved.
First down and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. The Bearcats have the ball at their own 44. 4:36 remaining, third quarter. Draw play handoff. Nothing doing as Ford is nailed by Fedarian Mathis, having a big game at defensive end. A 1-yard loss on the draw play.
Yeah, Mathis is a guy that, I'll tell you what, I really like him. I didn't get a chance to watch Alabama a lot this year, but in the Auburn game, he just played solid. He really did. And you see there how he started to come up the field, realized it was a delayed handoff to Ford, kind of circled back to the inside, jumped on Ford's back, and stops him for no gain.
So it's 2nd and 16.
Yeah, a loss of 1 then.
Bearcats have it at their own 43 after the Brian Cook interception at the 49. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun snap, 3-step drop. The pass.
Batted up in the air again.
Knocked away again. The 4th pass deflection for Alabama. Fedarian Mathis jumping up and knocking it down.
Interesting, because you are so right, Dan, what you said before. Desmond Ridder traditionally doesn't have this happen to him. He's a tall, rangy guy. He's got good arm motion in reference to coming over the top and standing tall in the pocket. But that's 4 today that have been knocked down.
3rd down and 16 for the Bearcats. They need to get to the Alabama 41 to keep the drive alive. Ridder waits for a shotgun snap. Lenny Taylor goes in motion from right to left. 2-by-2 formation, and a timeout was called by Cincinnati just before the ball was snapped.
Prior to the snap, first charge timeout, Cincinnati.
First timeout called in the second half by Luke
Timeout on the field.
UC. 3:47 left in the third. Bearcats will talk things over before running a play on 3rd down and 16 from their own 43. The score, Alabama 17, Cincinnati 6. This is Bearcat Football, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Create unique memorials to honor your loved one's legacy with Accent. We specialize in all types of monuments and markers in granite and bronze. Call 513-721-5050. Accent, memorial art handcrafted for 3 generations by the Napolitano family.
During Happy Honda Days, discover the joys of the season with unforgettable trips in an Accord, Pilot, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% APR on the 2021 Honda Accord and 0% APR on the 2022 Pilot or HR-V. Find your perfect Honda this season. Visit your local Honda dealer today or shop online.
It's the Happy Honda Days sales event at your Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda dealers or Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda Dealers.com.
See dealer for financing details.
You're driving around listening to the radio. Why not continue driving around listening to the radio and get paid for it? Your local Domino's is hiring delivery drivers to do just that. Enjoy flexible schedules, earn tips, and track those tips in real time if your store uses the Domino's driver app. Apply at jobs.dominos.com.
Toyota Thon is on with great year-end deals on your favorite new Toyotas, including the all-new Toyota Tundra, designed, engineered, and built right here in the USA. This new Tundra is more powerful and more capable than ever. And it's on your way to your Toyota dealer now. And like all Toyota trucks, Tundra comes with the most advanced safety features and 2 years no-cost maintenance included. For all Toyota Thon offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
700 WLW.
A week from Monday, the winner of this game plays for the national championship at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Right now, Alabama leads Cincinnati 17-6. 3:48 left, third quarter here at AT&T Stadium. And the Bearcats will come out of the timeout they just called. Try to gain at least 16 on 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, Desmond Ridder started this half on fire, 4 out of 4 for 33 yards. But since then, the next 4 have gone incomplete. So this is a big one here, 3rd and 16. And one you got to pick up. And I don't know, not an easy one to get, that's for sure. Particularly when you are, the way the Bearcats are right now on 3rd downs. Not great.
Bearcats got a takeaway on Alabama's second possession of the third quarter. Interception at the 49 by Brian Cook of Bryce Young. But the Bearcats had a 5-yard penalty, followed by a loss of 1 on a draw play. followed by a pass batted down at the line that was incomplete. So now it's 3rd down and 16. Ritter in the gun, 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Will Anderson lined up and ready to pursue the Bearcat quarterback from the edge. Lenny Taylor motions. He may try to chip Will Anderson. Ritter drops back to throw. Here comes Anderson, and there's the sack. 2 players getting to Desmond Ritter. Anderson was the second. Linebacker Christian Harris was the first. Sack number 4 for Alabama.
Yeah, so Lenny Harris, the minute he passed by Anderson, you knew that he wasn't going to chip him. And that's what caused the sack. And there was Alabama set a bunch of people, and there wasn't enough people to block him. Ritter needs to recognize that and get rid of the football. As much as you're trying to make a play on 3rd and 16, you've got to get rid of the football and not take the big sack that he just took there.
So the Bearcats started at the 49 after the interception and wound up at their own 33. 10-yard loss on the sack. Fletcher into punt again. Launches a low one that Bolden catches and gets tackled right away. Cincinnati's coverage teams have been excellent. Scott with the tackle there at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they've been great. That wasn't the greatest punt in the world. It was low by Fletcher, but that coverage team has been excellent, as you pointed out, Dan.
37 yards on the Mason Fletcher punt. Nothing on the return by Slade Bolden. And Alabama gets the ball back. 2:54 left in the third with an 11-point lead over Cincinnati.
Jamison Williams back in there after taking a shot on a kickoff return. He's in the backfield. He'll shift out.
And lines up as a slot receiver out to the left. One of 3 receivers in that direction. Out of a pistol, they hand it to Robinson.
Yes.
Pulled down by the foot by Darian Beavers for a loss on the play. Looks like a 3-yard loss for Robinson.
Well, they finally got to him. And again, that's nice adjustment by the Cincinnati defense. Defensive coordinator Mike Trussell making some adjustments there.
So it's 2nd down and 13 for Alabama. Clock running with 2:27 left, 3rd quarter, and the Crimson Tide up by 11 points. Billingsley, the tight end, motions out to the left. Young back to throw. Fires toward Bolden. He makes the catch, and he's immediately taken out of bounds.
Clearly holding in the backfield.
Arquan Bush with the stop, and the flag is down in the offensive backfield, and you're right.
I didn't see
Alabama.
Holding,
Yeah,
offense
no
number
doubt.
79. 10-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
So it's on the right tackle, Chris Owens. He's had a tough time with Myjai Sanders today, and the Bearcats will take the penalty and push it back to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do right now. You need to create some field position for yourself. Even though it's 2nd down, make a play here, force a 3rd and long, then a punt.
Trey Sanders in at running back. 2nd and 23. Alabama at the 17-yard line. Now the Crimson Tide will go with an empty backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 out to the right. Young catches the shotgun snap against a 4-man rush, throws downfield, short throw caught, and Bolden rolls down after a short gain. They will mark him down at the 23. Picked up 6, and it's 3rd down and 17.
Okay, this is one that the Bearcats have to win. Done a nice job. Alabama only 4 out of 10 on the day. Say only 4 out of 10, you're saying 40%, right? Well, they come in averaging over 50.
The noise level thunderous from the Bearcat fans on 3rd down and 16. Bryce Young catches the shotgun snap, looking, pressured, throws, caught over the middle. Jamison Williams has the 1st down as he makes it all the way out to the 45-yard line. A 21-yard gain on 3rd and 16.
That's a killer right there. Absolute killer. Well protected that time. Bryce Young was.
And Alabama snaps it quickly and hands it off. This has been effective today, but this time the Bearcats will make the stop near the line of scrimmage. Ball carrier was Trey Sanders, and he gained nothing.
A little pushing and shoving going on out there.
Sean Pace came away with the ball well after the play had been blown dead. They'll give him 1 yard, so it's 2nd down and 9. Sanders out. Brian Robinson with 153 rushing yards back in. 15 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Alabama up by 11. Bryce Young ready for the shotgun snap on 2nd and 9, trying to draw the Bearcats offside. Zone read handoff to Robinson, finds a cutback lane up the middle, and runs for another first down to the Cincinnati 45-yard line.
You know, you could say Cincinnati needs to make adjustments, but you also got to credit Brian Robinson for the way he's running the football. He's making some of his yardage on his own.
3 seconds left in the quarter. Alabama lined up in a pistol formation, but they will not snap the ball. So we'll head to the fourth quarter with Alabama leading Cincinnati 17-6. You are listening to the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics, here on News Radio 700 WLW.
If you're tired of big cable bills, you can get Newsmax TV for free. Millions are watching Newsmax. Available now on major cable systems or for free on smart TVs like Samsung, LG, and Vizio. Find it streaming on Roku, Xumo, Pluto, Amazon Fire, TiVo, Apple TV, and more. 7 million Americans have downloaded the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. It takes just seconds. Then watch us anytime, anywhere. Forbes calls Newsmax a news powerhouse. Find out why. Start watching today.
Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. We can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Peloton is bringing so much new for the new year. With the Peloton Bike, you get access to new classes and new artist series. Punch up your power with Peloton Boxing. Work out to your favorite music with 100-plus artist series classes. For a limited time, experience it all with the $550 value offer on the Peloton Bike, including $300 off the bike, plus free setup and delivery. A $250 value. Terms apply.
You are locked on to News Radio 700 WLW.
On to the fourth quarter here in Arlington, Texas. Alabama still leading Cincinnati. It is 17-6. The Bearcats outscored the Crimson Tide in the third quarter 3-0, but Alabama driving again. Crimson Tide will start from the Bearcat 44-yard line to begin the fourth quarter with a first down.
Yeah, 208 rushing yards now for Alabama. That's reference that Tulsa game, Dan. I don't have all the stats in front of me, but I'm trying to think. I think that's the one that would be the only one ahead of this where the Bearcats have given up that much yardage on the ground.
Tulsa had 297 in that game. Total yards 363 for Bama, 127 for Cincinnati. Bearcats came up with the game's only takeaway in the third quarter, an interception by Brian Cook, and unfortunately the Bearcats were not able to do anything with that INT.
Yeah, again, that play overthrown by Bryce Young because of the pressure up front that Cincinnati was applying to him. Brian Cook playing center field, made the catch right at about the 50-yard line.
2 sacks for Cincinnati, 4 sacks for Alabama. Star of the game so far, Brian Robinson, 22 carries for 164 yards. He lines up to the right of Bryce Young on 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 44. First play of the fourth quarter with Alabama up by 11. They hand it off. No, they fake a handoff and throw downfield. Incomplete. Bryce Young winds up on his backside, getting popped as he released the football.
Yeah, a couple of Bearcats in there. I think Marcus Brown was there along with Myjai Sanders. Forced him to get rid of the football quicker than he wanted to and really couldn't get his arm totally through the pass. Couldn't step into it. Ball just floated helplessly to the ground.
Bryce Young, 15 for 25, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Empty backfield now, 3 receivers left, 2 right. 2nd and 10 at the Bearcat 44. Young back to throw. Quick pass over the middle. Caught by Jamison Williams. Has a blocker in front. Bolden. And Pace has to grab Williams from behind to make the tackle. Then he takes his helmet off. That's going to be a penalty on Deshaun Pace.
Sure is. He ripped his helmet off. Can't do that. Williams was down. I don't know if Pace had a hold of it at the time, but he just kind of pulled up on it and the helmet came off. Flags flew from everywhere.
Little short crossing route to Jamison Williams with momentum.
Yep.
Downfield block by Slade Bolden. And extra yards are going to be tacked on because of the personal foul on Deshaun Pace.
Yep. He'll be yanked out of the game and talked to by Coach Fickle. Meets him at the sideline.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 20. Half the distance to the goal. Number 1 may stay in the game. His helmet came off due to foul. First down. That is number 20's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
So Pace will be out of the game for at least a play. Of course, he splits time pretty evenly with Ty Van Fossen anyway.
Williams does not have to leave the game. Normally when your helmet comes off, you do. But in this case, because it was taken off by an opponent or by the opponent, you will not have to come out of the game.
That gives Alabama a first down at the Cincinnati 13-yard line.
Yep.
Bearcats need to hold Alabama to a field goal try, down by 11 in the fourth quarter. 14:43 left. Young in the gun. Robinson to his left. The ball on the left hash. Bolden goes in motion. It's a handoff to Robinson, galloping through the middle of the Bearcat defense, and 1 yard short of another first down.
Yeah, exactly. Boy, a hole opened up there. Here goes tempo again. Alabama to the line quickly, Dan.
Second down and a yard inside the 5. Young hands it off to Robinson. Penalty flag down.
I don't think Alabama was set, so that'll cost him 5.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Another penalty on the right tackle, Chris Owens. It seems like he is the only guy that's been penalized for Alabama today, and there have been multiple flags on him.
Yep, that's about it. It's his third at least.
So instead of 2nd and 1, it'll be 2nd and 6. 45 seconds into the fourth quarter. Alabama up by 11. 17-6. Ball's at the 9-yard line. Second down and 6 after the 5-yard penalty. Bryce Young sends Bolden in motion, fakes a little pop pass to him, looks back to the left, throws, caught, and it's a touchdown. The tight end, Cameron Latu, made the catch at the 2 and rumbled forward for his 7th touchdown catch of the year.
Same exact play, only to the tight end, the one that they had thrown to Bolden earlier in the game. In this case, Bryce Young, Bolden comes across the formation. Everything looks like it's going to the right. He looks right, turns back. Tight end wide open, hits him, touchdown.
A 9-yard touchdown pass, the third of the game for Heisman winner Bryce Young. 23-6 with the PAT coming up. Reichard's kick is good, and Alabama leads Cincinnati by 18 points with 13 minutes and 52 seconds to go.
Yeah, the penalty didn't help, but it wasn't the only thing. Brian Robinson had a great drive that time. Bryce Young obviously did as well.
It's a 70-yard touchdown drive for Alabama. And the Bearcats are staring at an 18-point hole with 13:52 to go. They've got to score every time they get the ball now.
Yeah.
And hope they get it 3 more times.
Exactly. Can't have any more 3 and outs, that's for sure.
That was a very well-designed play. Took a while to develop, so credit the offensive line for giving Bryce Young a long time to stare to the right.
Yeah, that's exactly
before looking back to the left and making the throw.
That is exactly why the play was successful. You are correct, Dan. Bryce Young was able to keep that head to the right. Look. Again, the wide side of the field, more players out there. Everybody kind of moves over, turns around, finds his tight end for the touchdown.
Reichard approaches the ball at the 35 and kicks it very low toward the sideline. He gets lucky. It rolls forward instead of bouncing to the left. It hit around the 15-yard line, could have very easily gone out of bounds, but it bounced straight ahead into the end zone for a touchback, and the Bearcats will start at the 25 again.
Just under 14 minutes, so time to go, plenty of time to go, but you've got to make these drives count, and you've got to start moving the football, and you cannot have an opportunity to particularly that 3 and out, but move the football.
Cincinnati's had one play in this game of 20 or more yards. It was a short pass to Tyler Scott, where he made a man miss and gained 22. Alabama has completely taken away the big play. 1st and 10 Cats from their own 25. Ritter catches a shoulder-high snap. It's a handoff. Ford running to the 30. Tried to juke a defender and could not. He's tackled by McKinstry, a highly touted freshman corner. Kool-Aid McKinstry after a 5-yard gain. Kool-Aid, not his given name, but he has an NIL deal with Kool-Aid. That's his nickname.
I'd be using it too.
Yeah. How many players now are just going to pick up nicknames of products in hopes of getting an NIL deal? 6 yards on that run by Ford. 2nd down and 4. Shotgun snap to Ritter. Hands it off to Ford again. And the Bearcats will pick up the 1st down as Jerome is able to run out to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, ran hard that time, fell forward, got flipped over as he was tackled.
Back-to-back 6-yard runs for Jerome Ford, and the Bearcats have a 1st down at the 37. Clock running, 13:07 left. Cincinnati trailing by 18, 24-6. The top-seeded Alabama. Ritter in the gun, Ford to his right, 2 receivers out to the left. Now Young will join Pierce out to the right. The ball's in the middle of the field. Here's a toss sweep to the right. Ford with momentum, runs to the 40, lowers the left shoulder before going out of bounds. After gaining about 5 yards, he plowed over safety DeMarco Helms, who was slow to get up.
Yeah, I tell you what, he did a nice job there. He ran hard on that one and just made a huge hit. Instead of taking the hit, he gave the hit as he went out of bounds there to Kellums.
Officially a 6-yard gain, so 3 straight 6-yard runs by Jerome Ford on the first 3 plays of this drive. 2nd down and 4 for the Bearcats at their own 47-yard line. Ritter waits for the shotgun snap. Tightly clustered formation. Dez will drop back to throw. Looking, fires down the middle of the field, and it is caught by Michael Young. Alabama trying to rip the ball away, but Young has it at the Alabama 29-yard line.
That's the big chunk play Cincinnati needed. Now they go to the line and run tempo.
28 yards on the throw to Michael Young. 1st and 10 at the 29 of Alabama. Ritter hands it off to Ford. Jump cut to the left. Jerome grabbed by the shoulder pads and up around the helmet before being tackled at the 23. 6-yard gain for Jerome Ford.
Another 6-yarder for Ford. You mentioned him, grabbed around the helmet. And they did. They got kind of like inside the back helmet between the ear and the back of the neck. No face mask there, but brought down by the helmet.
Jerome checks out. Ryan Montgomery checks in. Josh Wiley started to trot out late. Play clock still has 13 seconds on it as the Bearcats get lined up. 11 minutes, 25 seconds left in regulation. Cincinnati down by 18 points. Tucker motions left to right. Ritter will drop back to throw. Cocks the arm. He's going to float it downfield for Tucker. Dives at the goal line. Incomplete. The ball popped out late as Tucker was not quite able to make a diving touchdown catch.
Well, a little pump fake there in an out and up or a double
rolling
move,
on the field with an incomplete pass.
Nice job by Tucker of trying to catch that football. Nah, it slipped through his arms. And then when it hit the ground, or when he hit the ground, the ball pops out.
3rd down and 4 as a result. The incomplete pass does stop the clock with 11 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. Bearcats on the verge of entering the red zone for the 3rd time. They have it at the 23 of Alabama. Ryan Montgomery remains the running back. Ritter ready to go on 3rd down and 4. He catches the shotgun snap. It's a little pop pass forward to Tucker. Tucker goes out of bounds, short of the 1st down. He's close. Let's see where they spot it. Luke Fickle standing at the 21. He thinks it should be there, but they're going to spot it at the 22.
Yeah, it looked like Tucker thought he could get to the 20, or thought he was going to get to the 20, and then they move it back to the 22. So fourth
down and 3, and the Bearcats will go for it. Josh Wiley checks in. Jerome Ford checks in. A 4th down and 3 that the Bearcats desperately need, down by 18 points with 10:30 to go here in the 4th quarter. The play clock is at 2, and Cincinnati has to burn a timeout.
Second charge timeout, Cincinnati.
Yeah, second timeout they've used.
Timeout on the field.
This half, and if they're able to score here, might need those later.
We'll take a timeout. 10:27 to go. The Bearcats try to come up with the right call on 4th and 3 when we come back. Alabama 24, Cincinnati 6, and you're listening to the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Paul Luck here for McKinley Mortgage. If you want to talk to a person and save money with your mortgage, then call McKinley Mortgage. 791-2700, 791-2700, or apply online at bestlowrates.com.
System with Tempstar. Regular maintenance on your heating system stops breakdowns, increases efficiency, and improves comfort. Call Baker Heating at 513-831-5124 to schedule a tune-up. Tempstar. Quality you can feel.
Watch all your favorite winners at the Holy Grail. Don't miss any of the college hoops action and enjoy bucket beer specials. Whenever your team plays Bearcats, Musketeers, or Wildcats, it's great food and great action all winter. The Holy Grail. Your search is over.
R&L Carriers has immediate career opportunities nationwide for line haul and city drivers, rate handlers, mechanics, and much more. Enjoy top competitive pay, full benefits, and vacation resorts exclusively for employees. Visit rlc.com or call 866-200-1600 today.
Feel every turn. Lean into every curve. Motion simulation brings gaming to life. 4 simulators in one, with a seat that switches between driving positions. From sport racing and off-roading to stock cars and Formula cars. Used by World Championship racing drivers and esports teams, get the LC starting at $1,800 or the TL Series starting at $40,000. For a limited time, save 15% when you pre-order at motionsimulation.com. Prices exclude tax and shipping.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
Well, coming into the game, Cincinnati had gone for it on 4th down 17 times and had been successful 12 out of 17. That's 70%. 0 for 1 today at the end of the half when they lined up to try Hail Mary and Desmond Ridder got sacked. This isn't quite have to have it, but it's awfully close. 10:27 to go, down by 18, trying to keep this drive alive and move into the red zone on 4th down and 3. At the Alabama 22.
Yeah, 4th and 3, you mentioned, Dan, 12 out of 17 on the year. A lot of those were 4th and 1s. This is not ideal here at 4th and 3.
Ridder in the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Ford in the backfield. Ridder with hand signals to his offensive lineman as he waits for the shotgun snap from Jake Renfro. Wiley motions. It's a play-action fake. Ridder in trouble and sacked. Had no time whatsoever. After faking the handoff, Will Anderson was there. Another member of the Alabama defense was there. A 4-yard sack on 4th down and 3. And the Bearcats give the ball back to Alabama. The other Alabama defender was the guy who plays a position called the star, kind of a hybrid linebacker safety, Brian Branch.
Yeah, Ridder saw it coming immediately, stepped up in the pocket. I think he thought, if I can get away from these guys, there'll be a little green here for me to run and pick up the first down. He had no chance whatsoever to find a receiver down the field as the pressure was there immediately.
5 sacks for Alabama for a loss of 32 yards. Dez was sacked 8 times in the Peach Bowl last year by Georgia. It's a 1st down handoff to Robinson. All sorts of running room to the left. He's going to ramble for another 1st down before Kobe Bryant eventually makes the tackle at the 45-yard line. 19 more for Brian Robinson as he approaches 200 rushing yards in the game. He has a $192.
Yeah, 192, that'll put him at.
He was 5 yards downfield before there was a nearby defender. 1st and 10 Alabama at the 45 with 9:53 to go, and Alabama up by 18. They hand it to Robinson. Jump cut at the line of scrimmage. Got away from Darian Beavers. Then accelerates forward and gains 8 more.
Put him at 200.
First career 200-yard rushing performance for Brian Robinson. 5th-year senior. A breakout performance in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. 2nd down and 2 at the Bearcat 47. Guess what? Running play to Robinson. And he'll pick up the 1st down before being brought down at the Cincinnati 43.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything fancy now. I mean, they may take a shot and try to put Cincinnati away. But right now, they're chewing up the clock and chewing up the yardage by handing the ball to Robinson.
Robinson will come out for a breather. Trey Sanders will check in. Sanders has 14 yards on 5 carries. 1st and 10 in Bearcat territory. Bryce Young catches the shotgun snap. A running play up the middle for Sanders. Brought down by Cook. But another big gain on the play down to the Cincinnati 35-yard line, a gain of 8.
Yeah, the hole there was huge. I mean, and Sanders looking like Robinson there, just absolutely finding that hole immediately and just flying through there. So 65 plays on the day for Alabama, only 51 for Cincinnati so far.
4 straight running plays on the drive. They've gained 39. 2nd down and 1 for Alabama. Trey Sanders remains the running back. Young with a long count. Play clock at 10. Alabama wisely using the clock. Young hands it off again. Sanders runs for the 1st down. He'll be brought down by Malik Vann at the Cincinnati 26. 9 yards on the run for Sanders.
Way too much, man. It's absolutely the amount of yardage. Average per run is just immense today for Alabama. Now they're at 437 yards. 6.6 yards per rush today for Alabama.
5 straight running plays on this drive. Nothing fancy. Alabama's just dominating up front. 7:50 to go. Alabama leads by 18. 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 27. Young catches the shotgun snap, hands it off, and Ty Van Fossen knifes into the backfield and tackles Trey Sanders for no gain.
Nice job that time. Again, Cincinnati realizing Alabama's going to run every play, or at least not every play, but going to try to chew this clock up and chew some yardage up. Van Fossen with a great job of coming off a block there and making the tackle.
No huddle for Alabama. They line up on 2nd down and 10 at the Cincinnati 27. 2 receivers left. Jamison Williams out to the right. Young will hand it off to Sanders again, and he'll be stopped again. Darian Beavers was there. A gain of about 1.5 yards for Sanders.
Yeah, not much, but nothing fancy. Alabama very happy just running the football. They'd like to pick up a little bit more here. So this is tough here. 3rd and 7. You aren't going to run the ball here, I don't think. We'll see.
Robinson back in. Ball's at the Cincinnati 25. So 3rd down and 8 with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. And Alabama on top, 24-6. The play clock is at 10. Bryce Young sends JoJo Earl in motion. He's one of 3 receivers out to the right. Young will look to throw on 3rd and 8. Pocket closes, gets rid of it, and it is dropped inside the 10. The pass intended for Javon Baker. Stretched out to try to make the catch, could not do it. And Alabama will look to tack on a field goal and go up by 3 touchdowns.
Tough catch, really tough. Thrown out in front, and you're diving for it. Just kind of went through the open arms there, kind of like a basketball just going in from a 3-pointer. It just slid right through.
So it'll be a 42-yard field goal try for Will Reichert. Made his first, missed his second today. Right from the middle of the field. The snap, the put down, the swing of the right leg. It has the distance, and it is good. And Alabama has a 21-point lead with 6:20 remaining. No pass completions on that drive. And Alabama puts 3 more points on the board. We'll take a timeout. 6:20 left. It's Alabama 27, Cincinnati 6. You're listening to the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Get the talent you need with Hamilton Demo. Veteran-owned Hamilton Demo sources game-changing qualified professionals to propel your business forward with a customized approach. Visit HamiltonDemo.com to get started today. Hamilton Demo. Hire with confidence.
Do you need help installing electric for your pool, car charter, ceiling fans, or lighting? We have been doing it since 1999. Please call Cullen Electric, A+ rated with the BBB, and we offer an industry-leading 10-year wiring warranty.
It's electric.
Cullen Electric, Cincinnati.com.
Lance McAllister here. Did you pay a big repair bill on your existing heating and air system this year? Well, it's buyback days at Arlinghouse Plumbing, Heating, and Air. They'll buy your repair bill back this year up to $1,500 towards the purchase of select Arlinghouse Complete System. Call Arlinghouse 859-727-9000.
Airport Paint and Body has been serving the tri-state area for 15 years with 3 generations of experience and ICAR certified technicians. We offer the finest insurance-based collision and auto body repair in the area. Go to airportpaintandbody.com to schedule your estimate today.
Feel every turn. Lean into every curve. Motion simulation brings gaming to life. 4 simulators in one, with a seat that switches between driving positions. From sport racing and off-roading to stock cars and Formula cars. Used by World Championship racing drivers and esports teams, get the LC starting at $1,800 or the TL Series starting at $40,000. For a limited time, save 15% when you pre-order at motionsimulation.com. Prices exclude tax and shipping.
700 WLW.
43-yard field goal by Will Reichard, giving Alabama a 27-6 lead. 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go. That was a 9-play, 42-yard scoring drive. No pass completions for Bryce Young on the drive. It took 4 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. And Alabama's up by 21. In case you're wondering, Brian Robinson still has a long way to go for the Cotton Bowl rushing record. He has 204 yards on the ground for Alabama today. Back in 2008, Missouri's Tony Temple ran for 281 in a lopsided win over Arkansas.
Yeah, he's got a ways to go on that, but he's had an effective day, no doubt.
26 carries, 204 yards. He has more yards by himself than the Bearcats have as a team. 447 yards for Alabama, 176 for Cincinnati. Reichard ready to kick it off. Scott and Tucker hope for an opportunity to return, and this will fly over the head of Tucker and into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, no opportunity. I think that's the right decision there. It was only about 4 yards deep, but how many times have we seen people try to run it out from 4 or 5 yards deep and not even get to the 15? So, right decision right now. You've got to score, and you've got to score quickly with just 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this game.
Desmond Ridder came into the game completing 2/3 of his passes this year, 66%. He's only completed half today, 14 for 28, and for the most part, he's had to dink and dunk. He's got 121 passing yards, 2 of 20 or more, a 22-yarder and a short pass to Tyler Scott, 28-yarder to Michael Young. We'll take a timeout, 6:20 to go. Alabama leads 27-6. It's the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Evolving education for a changing world. Earn a Master of Science in Finance and work at your own pace with University of Cincinnati Online from the Lindner College of Business, and specialize your degree in corporate finance, investments, risk management, and real estate with one of the most affordable tuition rates in the country. 6 convenient start dates and a faculty who provide personalized attention to each and every student. Get the world-class, life-changing, career-transforming degree you deserve. Apply now at online.uc.edu/MSF.
It's time for your breakthrough. Join the Glenny Glass team today. Glenny Glass in Milford is hiring production positions for first and second shifts. $16 to $17 per hour to start. Great benefits and job security. Go to glennyglass.com and apply now. glennyglass.com.
Every successful coach recognizes how critical a good game plan is in order to win. Let my friends at RJL Insurance Group put together an insurance game plan for you and your business. Call Rob Ludwig or Christy Brown today at 513-322-5637 or go to rjlig.com.
Finding, recruiting, and onboarding high-quality IT professionals is imperative for meeting today's innovative needs. But many companies struggle. Consider partnering with a technology company like CBTS to meet your critical business objectives. CBTS can provide you with the right IT talent at the right time for as long as you need it. Finding your high-quality IT professionals begins at cbts.com. CBTS. Consult, build, transform, support.
This is News Radio 700 WLW.
6 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Alabama leads Cincinnati 27-6. The Bearcats about to get the ball at their own 25. Nick Saban on the verge of moving to another national championship game. as he looks for his 8th national championship. He's got 6 at Alabama and 1 at LSU in 26 years as a college coach. Amazing. Empty backfield for the Bearcats on 1st and 10 at their own 25. They've got to throw it. Down by 21. Ritter waits for a shotgun snap. He's been sacked 5 times. Dez back to throw. Short pass caught at the 20. Sprinting out toward the near sideline is Tucker. Well-designed play. And Tucker will pick up the first down as he runs for 11. DeMarco Helms runs him out of bounds. Has something to say to Tyler Scott.
Yeah, probably something like you're holding me. You said well-designed play, Dan. Also well executed. It was blocked well. It really was.
So the Bearcats gain 11 on the pass to Tucker. And they have a first down at their own 36. Clock running, 5:55 to go. 2-by-2 formation. The ball on the left hash. Ritter fakes clapping. Now he claps and catches the ball.
Yeah,
we've got early movement.
Yeah. Alabama got started early, but I think something drew them off.
Snap infraction. Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty.
I think it was the
First
hitch of
out.
the ball again.
So Jake Renfro called for the 5-yard penalty. And it's 1st and 15.
Only the 6th penalty of the day on Cincinnati for 39 yards, so that's an improvement. But doesn't really mean a lot. The one big penalty on Cincinnati was Pace's ripping off the helmet of Jamison Williams.
Clock running, 5:30 to go. Shotgun snap back to Ritter. His short pass caught by Josh Wiley. Spins away from a hit. And then Helens knocks him down. Nice gain on the play as the Bearcats move it out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, center judge there jumped in immediately as Helens. I don't know that he said something to Wiley, but kind of that same type of close to taunting thing.
12 yards on the play. Now Cincinnati will run. Ford breaking into the secondary for the first down and more. He runs into Alabama territory and gets tackled at the 43 of the Crimson Tide.
Yep, nice job, Jerome Ford. I mean, we've seen him all year. He's capable of breaking big, long ones.
14 yards on the run by Ford. Brian Branch made the tackle. Ritter drops back to throw. Looking and sacked at midfield. Sack number 6 for Alabama. He's brought down by Dallas Turner.
Yeah. Anderson was in there again, too, Dan. He created, I think, Dez keeps his eyes on Anderson, and in this particular case, couldn't get away from everything else and got away from Anderson, but ended up getting sacked again.
Loss of 6 on that sack. Clock is running with 4:20 to go, and the Bearcats down by 21. 2nd and 16 after the sack. Ritter catches the shotgun snap. Swing pass caught in the flat. Ford at the 50. Could not get out of bounds. He's tackled at the Alabama 48.
Almost another late hit there, at least what I thought might have been one. No flag.
Kool-Aid McKinstry with the stop. Just a 1-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down and 15. Cincinnati will obviously go for it on 4th down if they don't gain 15 yards. 3 receivers lined up in a triangle out to the right. Ritter looking to pass, forced to scramble, running up the middle of the field, and he is taken down at the Alabama 38. Decent pickup on the play, making it a more makeable 4th down. A gain of 10 for Dez.
Yep, exactly. That at least gives you a shot here on 4th down versus an incomplete pass that would have been 4th and 14, 4th and 15.
4th down and 6. Ritter in the gun, Ford to his left, 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Shotgun snap. Ritter throws, a low throw, incomplete, intended for Lenny Taylor. Alabama takes over on downs, and that is that.
Yeah, that'll about do it. Alabama's going to try to make a few first downs here and just keep the clock going. But, yeah, this game was won in the trenches, big time, both sides of the ball.
We'll take a timeout. 3:10 to go. Alabama leads Cincinnati 27-6. You're listening to the Cotton Bowl, presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW.
Feel every turn. Lean into every curve. Motion simulation brings gaming to life. 4 simulators in one, with a seat that switches between driving positions. From sport racing and off-roading to stock cars and Formula cars. Used by World Championship racing drivers and esports teams, get the LC starting at $1,800 or the TL Series starting at $40,000. For a limited time, save 15% when you pre-order at motionsimulation.com. Prices exclude tax and shipping.
You are locked on to News Radio 700 WLW.
This is year 8 of the 4-team college football playoff. Alabama will advance to the championship game for the 6th time in 8 years. A remarkable accomplishment by the Crimson Tide. They lead Cincinnati 27-6 with 3:10 left, and Alabama about to get the ball back after stopping Cincinnati on 4th down.
Yeah, I tell you what, Dan, talking about that run here in the college football playoffs, it really is amazing. What they've been able to do year after year after year. And I don't see it ending. I know did a couple of things with the Alabama folks this week on radio and television. And they believe that when Coach Saban turned down Texas most recently, they thought, okay, he's settled into a place where he's not going anywhere. He's going to retire here. But he wants to coach for, he really didn't say, for a lot longer. And this program's only going to keep doing what they're doing right now as long as he's around.
This is the youngest team he's had since the early stages of his Alabama tenure. And they're getting better and better as the season goes along.
That is
Nick Saban
exactly
is
right.
70 years old, but he's a youthful 70. And he could keep doing this for a long time.
I know. Yeah,
Nick Saban got his head coaching start in Ohio at Toledo, the first game he ever coached as a college football head coach in Oxford against Miami University.
And a Kent State grad from Ohio as well.
Yep.
West Virginia native, but went to Kent State to college.
Was the head coach at Toledo for 1 year, went 9-2, then became a defensive coordinator under Bill Belichick with the Cleveland Browns for 4 years before going to Michigan State, LSU, a couple of years in the NFL with the Dolphins, and now the last 15 at Alabama. Trey Sanders, the running back, on 1st and 10. And they will feed him the ball. Sanders swerving up the middle of the field, and he runs to midfield for a gain of 12.
Yeah, once again, Alabama just trying to run the clock out, but you're not going to just you're not at this early in the game go to the victory formation. And I think right there they were happy to pick up 3 or 4 yards. They got a lot more than that. They get another first down.
278 on the ground for Alabama on 43 carries. That's 6.5 per run.
That's getting it done.
2:40 left. Alabama leads at 27-6. Play clock is at 8. Alabama will take it down before running any play with this big lead and the game winding down. They'll hand it off to Sanders, trying to run to the left. He gets the left corner. He'll run for the first down and more. Eventually brought down after a big gain by Joel DeBlanco. How about 18 more yards on the run for Sanders?
So that takes that 6.5 yard per carry up a notch just a little bit. But still, just trying to run the ball here to run the clock out. DeBlanco with a nice job took the right angle, but still, that's after a huge gain.
4 more yards will put Alabama over 300 on the ground. Got 2 minutes to go. Pistol formation. Play clock at 7, 6, 5 as Bryce Young looks at it before getting ready for the snap with 2 seconds left. He has the ball, same play. The run to the left for Sanders. This time he is brought down by Jabari Taylor after a short gain. There's an injured player down for Alabama with 1:36 left.
Yeah, holding his left ankle, or left lower leg, I guess I would say. I can't tell if it's an ankle.
I think it's the right tackle.
Okay.
Chris Owens. Gain of 6 on that run by Sanders.
Yeah. Ahmad Gardner getting into it down there. I'm not sure who he's talking to. Somebody on the Alabama squad. Treshawn Holden. If I'm pronouncing his first name right. Treshawn, maybe?
That last run does put Alabama over 300 rushing yards in the game. 302 on the ground, 181 through the air. On first down, Alabama has called 26 runs and only passed it 6 times, and the Bearcats could not stop it. First downs are 27-13. A sobering day for the undefeated Bearcats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Against the number 1 ranked team in the country. 1:35 to go. Amari Knight is into the game at right tackle. They're showing Nick Saban on the video board. The Alabama fans go bananas, as you would expect. Pistol formation and a run to the right this time for Sanders. And Joel DeBlanco will make the stop along with Marcus Brown near the line of scrimmage. One more snap will do it for Alabama.
Yeah, and here it is, third down. I mean, problem is they can't take a knee on if it ends up being a fourth down. They can't take a knee. That stops the clock. Not that they'll worry about Cincinnati, scoring on them or catching up with them. So see how they do this. Obviously, they're going to try to convert this to a first down.
40 seconds left in the game. 10 on the play clock. Pistol formation for Alabama. Sanders lined up behind Bryce Young. Play clock at 1 as he takes the snap. It's a handoff to Sanders. He's stopped immediately. Yeah. Deshaun Pace and Joel DeBlanco there, but that will do it. The final 18 seconds will run off the clock. Nick Saban slowly walking toward the middle of the field, and now he goes into a bit of a jog, and he will exchange a handshake with Bearcats head coach Luke Fickell as Alabama advances again to the national championship game. It was a historic, marvelous season for the UC Bearcats, but the dream of playing for a national championship falls one game short as Alabama wins the Cotton Bowl by the final score of 27-6. Stay tuned for the postgame show coming up. You've been listening to the Goodyear Cotton Bowl presented by R&L Global Logistics on News Radio 700 WLW. Touchdown, Bearcats!
You've been listening to UC Bearcat Football, presented by R&L Global Logistics. University of Cincinnati Bearcat Football has been brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com for all Toyota offers. Toyota, let's go places. Skyline Chili, feeling good and hungry? It's Skyline time. And by R&L Global Logistics, delivering domestic and international transportation services. Visit rlglobal.com. Now, stay tuned for post-game programming on 700 WLW, the home of the Bearcats.